Hello, hello, hello. I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear because if you can, then that means everything should be running, should be good, and should be ready to begin for tonight's session of the PokePod World Podcast. Ladies and gents, one and all, my name is KG Prestige, and welcome to another exciting edition of the PokePod World Podcast, where me and my pals gather around to go and talk about all things Nintendo, gaming, all that jazz, Pokemon, anime related, all of those things in between, as well as playing some nostalgic games in the meantime, because as you guys can tell, the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pass literally, and I kid you not, literally came out just an hour ago. So I was prepping that up. I got me the expansion pass. Whether you guys agree or disagree to it being expensive, that's up to you guys. But for the most part, I'm going to have fun playing with my Mario Kart 64 game. So I'm going to go and hop into the call right now. We're going to see how things go for tonight. And yeah, let's hope that tonight's session goes smoothly because we have quite a lot to discuss. So let's get right into it, ladies and gents.
Having
Hello, hello, hello.
What up? What up?
All good. Hey there, buddy. How you doing?
Hey.
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 Ah.
You all right? Did you? It sounded like you.
Wait. No.
Okay. Wait.
Are you not all right?
No,
I
you're
think
not all
you're-
right. What? In case you're wondering, we're live right now. Just.
Ah!
Hold on 1 second.
I'm having a heart attack.
Hold on. What? Hold on.
Okay.
You're good now.
Okay. The
You
thing
can't just
echoed.
be
You
live.
dressed up for the occasion.
The thing was
Right.
echoing.
KG, you can't just be live.
I have to be live because people are waiting.
Give
for
us a warning or something. Jesus
I
Christ.
did. I was live for like a minute before I got into this. So you had
I
a
said
minute.
us a warning.
Oh, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that.
Of fucking course. Oh my god.
We were just singing the song. Guess who's back?
Yeah.
Back again.
Again. Polly's back.
Shave your back. Tell a friend.
I don't want
Shave
to tell
my-
my friends to
shave
shave my back.
Shave my back. Shave my back. Yeah.
My
Oh yeah,
world
Chad,
is-
we are like 4% away from reaching that goddamn goal of the taco stream. I have no idea how the hell you guys
wanna
managed
know what's funny?
successfully get to 100%, but you guys are madmen, and I appreciate every single one of you lovelies for
You want to
that.
know what's very funny? I went back to, while I was at work, I was watching our Mario Kart stream,
Uh-huh.
and I remember making the joke of what if you had to eat the tacos? And like, it doesn't matter who makes the tacos, your body is just not like gonna reject them.
Yes.
And then you try to eat them, you're just gonna start throwing up. But like, it's gotta be very technical. It's
No.
gotta be like,
So here's what's gonna happen. I'm deciding. I think a great way to do this is we do like well, the problem is how the fuck can you do Twitch from a mobile device?
I thought he was just gonna put the webcam on himself and eat the damn tacos.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna just
yeah,
do that.
but I want to be there as a witness. So if he tries to fucking
Oh, you want a webcam, and I
regurgitate-
can just add the webcam for you.
Yeah, look at that.
I
No.
I
bet-
just like I want
no.
the idea of like the minute the taco.
Oh
I'm
wait,
talking
no,
like
no, no.
the
TSS
second-
don't wanna. TSS don't wanna. Right.
The second it touches his like the tortilla touches his tongue, he just goes.
Wait,
He
wait,
just
what's going on?
throws up.
Okay, to clarify, for Polly. So what's going on is, and first of all, thank you, Lightning, for the host. Is that there was this really ridiculous demand that I asked for the community to hit 1,000,000 Gumi points, so that eventually we will have a taco stream on Twitch one of these days. And somehow, through the span of like 5 to 6 months, the entire
G.
community worked
Hey,
together.
G.
Yes,
I just paid like 2,000 points.
I know. How'd you not spend more?
I didn't know I had more.
Apparently, I have 21,290.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, but the issue is you guys can't spend it all at that time, though.
Yeah, you
have
can't
to-
spend it all at once.
Yeah, unfortunately, you have to keep spending Gumi points to unlock the ability to use more Gumi points, which is kind of redundant. But yeah, That's apparently a thing. So if you try
I
to
didn't
donate
spend
now,
any of
I
my
think you can
points.
only donate like 2,000 or something.
2,000. Yeah, the max is 2,000. I just did
Yeah,
it.
but it will grow. That's the thing. It will grow. But the point of the matter is, we will be doing a taco stream. I'm not sure how it's going to be structured. All I just know is that the chef is going to be my mother, because she also agreed to the plan too. And I told her to go wild with this one. So I have absolutely no idea what I just...
44,000.
44. Jesus Christ. Hold on a
Wait, is it?
second. Are we still 96%? Okay, thank God.
Yeah, it's at 96.
Woo, you guys can do it. I believe in all of you guys. You guys can...
45,000, Donnie.
I don't even know
Holy
what to press here. Do I press the Gumi?
Yeah, you click on the Gumi.
Yes,
And then
you
click
pro-
on
Darn
KG
it.
will eat tacos on stream.
Okay, you come
Okay.
through here, go full power.
Oh
And then-
You
no.
guys are
Yeah, and
nuts.
8,500.
Then pay your points.
Ah, shit, look at that, 97. Oh, Jesus Christ,
Oh
the
my
number's
god,
growing.
it's over 9,000!
It's not stopping. All you guys need is like 30,000, like 36,000 to
Yeah,
hit
literally,
that
if we
goal.
pay 36,000, it's over.
Mm-hmm. Will we make it in this pod? I can't say for certain, but if we
Oh yeah,
do,
now
that'd
that
be
we
great.
now that we've hyped it up, of course we are.
Once again, you lovelies are amazing for doing this. So even 172 points, Goggle, that don't matter. That always comes to the count at the end of it all. But yeah, so chat, tonight is going to be a fantastic night. We're going to have a lot to discuss as we're letting the Gumi points pass by. We're going to be talking about the latest episode of PM 2019, the other episode that we're also going to be talking about. We'll get to that when we get to that. We're also going to be talking about the brand new information that we got for Pokemon Legends and the man who had to sacrifice his life to get us that said new information. The Nintendo Switch Online, we're also going to be talking about as well. Because literally, I kid you not, an hour ago, or 2 hours to be exact, the Nintendo Switch Online Plus Expansion Pass had dropped on the Nintendo eShop and
No, it's 1
is
hour.
now available to go and download. So I already had taken care of some things. Like I got my little brother the Nintendo Switch Online. I got Richie his as well because he's part of the family plan now. And I have room for more as well whenever people
Oh yeah,
are
yeah,
ready.
yeah. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, so whenever you get the chance for that turn, I'll add you to that.
Yeah,
I only
got
want to do it because I eventually want to try out these Nintendo 64 games and even Sega Genesis games because apparently they have online mode. So
Sega
Yeah.
Genesis.
Jim,
Oh yeah, I
Jim-
can't wait to play
All right.
Sonic 2.
multiplayer though. Multiplayer
Oh,
Sonic
yeah.
2.
However, there is one thing I need to get off my chest because it actually is kind of relevant to what we're talking about tonight.
Wow.
So Masaki Iwane, you know Iwane. So he has just posted yesterday a video explaining the rewards of animating, like how many, like for example, a difference between getting paid as a key animator versus an in-between animator, and it's on his channel on YouTube, Animator 1965. If you're not subscribed to him, what the hell is wrong with you? Because there's actually subtitles, and he actually goes into detail that when you're paid as a key animator, it doesn't matter how many you're paid by cut, and what cut means is a scene. It's not a camera transition; it's a scene. So he gave an example of a key animator making $5,000 a cut versus an in-between animator who makes 200 yen per frame, and he actually goes and breaks down the whole thing about that. But also he also mentions that he animates from home, so that means that all these freaking solo apps, and he does mention he does name drop Pokemon and OLM, but it's not in the subtitles because I don't think he wants Pokemon being mentioned in the subtitle.
Pokemon.
So
But
all
we'll
of those
bring it
solo
up.
so all of those solo apps that he's actually done from his house.
Hmm.
Oh,
'Cause he
I'm
has a
assuming
home-
because of the pandemic and all.
Well, no, I mean he's done it for a while. He
Oh,
has a home
it's just
studio.
common thing for him, I guess.
Yes. So, but besides that, he also went on his Twitcasting stream, which he usually has on Sundays, and he has drawn Hisui, Zorar, and Zoroark. So
Yes, and I've seen those, and I'm so honored to see them. Beautiful creatures
Yeah.
drawn in
Yes.
D1 style, because I don't think we're ever going to see those things in the anime anytime soon. At least
Yeah,
not for
so-
a good while, anyway.
Twitcasting.tv/anime1965.
Me
So
every February 17th with my annual burgundy picture that he draws.
February.
Yeah, know that Iwan is like the go-to guy who will take care of everybody's fan favorite thing. Like he remembers and acknowledges everybody when nobody else wants to. At least in the show, anyway.
well,
He
he also
drew.
go ahead.
No, I was gonna say he drew Butch and Cassidy the other day. I was very happy. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so to finish off with that YouTube video, so like I said, he goes into great detail explaining how it works, and also he explains the difference between like keyframes and then the in between animations. He actually goes into in-depth detail and gives you like tons of examples, and it's a real eye opener because you don't really get a lot of videos from people from the inside like animation. And he's also mentioned about the tiers of in between animators, like the key animators, like first and second key animation. But he doesn't really have much experience in that, so he goes and so he makes that disclaimer. But still, it's a pretty cool video to watch, especially if you're into the animation. So yeah, check it out, youtube.com/animator1965.
Indeed, man. And that is a perfect. And also, Donnie, thank you for providing the link right there as well in the chat. Nice.
Twitchcasting, yeah. Twitchcasting.tv. He draws. He analog draws random Pokemon stuff on Sunday.
Okay, so let's get to another thing also tied to the anime a bit. It's not necessarily for like the actual anime review, but just something anime related because everybody seems to be blowing this up. So let's go and talk about the Rika Matsumoto post that came out earlier today.
Oh yes.
So people are
Yes.
talking about the
Voice
fact that she is recording some songs or a song, and at this current time, none of us are certain as to what exactly is this, hinting at. Is this just simply her making a new song in general or a new album? Because, of course, she is an artist. She does produce her own songs that aren't tied to Pokemon. And she has had an album release or an EP release a couple of years ago during the era of Sun and Moon. So one could assume that she could just be doing a brand new album entirely, just with some new songs and tracks to go alongside with maybe a cover or two, because she's known to do that. In fact, like most people don't notice, but Rika Matsumoto did a cover of, I believe it was Movie 9's theme song from one of the albums in the past. So Mamoru. Oh, no, not Mamoru Beki Mono. No, not that one. It was like another version, or maybe it was that one.
Oh no, you're right. It's Mamoru Bekimono.
Okay,
That is movie 9. So yeah.
Okay, so yeah, she did that version, a remix of that one, which I thought was actually nice. Very unique twist on the song. But point of the matter is, yeah, it seems like she's producing some songs, and a lot of people are thinking that it might be hinting at the fact that that could be tied to the anime, especially if you take a look at some of the deets and the tweets that have come out of it, and the fact that she kind of liked and retweeted some of the ones that look to tie into the anime. Now, mind you, that could just be her just simply liking the tweet and just in general and just being happy about the fact that people are noticing that she's making songs, or could it legitimately be that, hey, she might actually be making a new song for the anime series? As of right now, no one is certain, but it's almost been a full year since we've had a new opening change, so maybe there's something that could be happening, as well as Kuro's mentioning right there, the 25th anniversary of the anime is indeed approaching, so there's also that. Although, please don't make it another Mezase Pokemon Master. We got too many renditions of those at this point.
No, I want it again.
Again?
Has
Like,
to be.
how did they peak already after the 20th anniversary, and especially the
Because
2001 version? That one is still the best
You
one.
can never have too many Mezase Pokemon
We have
Masters. You don't
enough of them.
The amount we have right now.
Hold on, wait.
I mean
Let's.
wait, the
I
M4,
have
the
to
M4
count.
version? No, the M5 version is better.
Of course, because that's including Rico. Now,
Let's
of course,
see
we're
how
not talking
many.
about that opening version, I hope.
Yeah, we're not talking about the group that decides to make a song called Pot.
Yes,
Okay.
that one. Techno Mega Mezame Pokemon Master. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, technically, Koba's version from like 2002, M5, that was technically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. Let me just make sure things are running here. Okay, here we go. But yeah, like personally, give us a new song entirely. Something that would really fit the feel of Mrs. Pokemon
Holly's
Master.
like, no, more mess at Pokemon Master.
I don't know.
Mrs.
I just
Pokemon
want.
Master 2.
I want 1, 2, 3 with Rika and Daiki. That's all I want.
Everybody wants that. Everybody's been asking for that. Although I feel like at this point, I feel it's already too late for that.
Yeah.
Just do Spurt again.
Hey, listen, I would love that because that would imply
even-
that the Pokemon are returning.
Don't even do the remix. Just do the song again.
Oh, good, just new animation, but keep the song intact.
Yeah,
Just
but
keep
the
the exact
can't do that.
the
song.
Yeah, they
season
can't.
has to be goaded in order. To
Yeah,
have
but unfortunately we
That's
can't because
true.
that shit was from the era
No.
beforehand, right?
Yeah, that's true.
No, because it would have to be an MPM 98 2019 remix kind of thing.
Yeah, so she has to do a movie version of Spurt or just a new remix of Spurt, like how she did Get the Bun Bun a while back. If anyone recalls that one.
well.
But Get the Bomb wasn't in licensing limbo.
No, that was just another song that came post
That was a cover.
reboot era. So
That was just a cover.
yeah, which thankfully she did nicely with Pikachu. Why was Ricum's Get the Bun Bun or Volt not used for an X and Y opening? Easy, Get the Bun Bun came out after X and Y. And Volt, I mean, I have no words for Volt, honestly. So you can go with that one.
Yeah.
And Goggle asking Ikuze remix, we already got one. Whether you like it or not, it already exists. It's called the movie version. So
Yeah.
Well, and also the one with Scandal. So not Scandal. Is it Scandal? No, it's not Scandal.
no, it's a different group entirely. Well, no, not Ikuze. You mean Real, right?
Real, yeah. Real
Yeah.
already has X, Y, and Z already has Real version.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, do you mean trumpets? Yeah, I mean trumpets. The Hoenn came into that song, man. But yeah, so overall, we don't know necessarily what this could mean for the entirety of Pokemon as of right now with the anime opening or anime ending song. All we just know is that it's coming, whether it be new songs, which I'll still be happy for, or whether it just be tied to the anime, which I'll also be happy for as well. We just gonna have to wait and find out as we approach the 25th anniversary next year, which is, I believe, going to be on April 1st. So
What actually would be really funny is if Erika re-records all of her old songs in a 25th anniversary compilation.
if she
Yes.
did that would be insane. That means we would get well, aside from as a Pokemon Master, we get the Rivals, okay, what else would be Challenger, Spurt. Oh my God, that means Dawn could
Alola,
come
we get
back and do
Alola.
High Touch. And Dawn did come back too.
Or technically she could do a version of High Touch by herself, like in the Best Wishes the Best Wishes launch.
Yeah, I remember
Alola.
that. Although it
Type
feels so
Wild.
weird without her, though.
Yeah, but it's like the whole point of High Touch is it's supposed to be the Ash and Dawn song.
Yeah,
We'd
unless they
also
replace her with Go.
I wonder if
Yeah.
we get the Goodnight Pikachu. I was actually listening to that in my car
The
today.
Pikachu lullaby
Like,
thing?
oh, Yasumi.
But we already got
Yeah,
that, though.
we already got it on 20th as a B-side.
Yeah.
So she's not going to do that.
Oh,
But she
yeah.
didn't do Type Wild yet. So
No, because technically
Yeah,
because basically it's Hadin and freaking Chocotan. That's
yeah. But I'm just
I
saying,
mean,
we haven't gotten a Rika version, though. So let's get that Rika 2022 version out there for Type Wild. There's just a lot of songs that Rika has done, bro, over the years.
Let's not make it gimmicky. I just want it to be the close to the original.
No, I think they're just gonna be like remasterings, but like maybe not like remasterings in terms of her vocal. Like she'll still do new versions of it in her voice, but like the instruments will still probably remain the same or just enhanced.
no, probably no. I mean, the only exception was MPM 98 2019 remix, but I don't think they're going to do that. I think maybe if she's going to go all out for 25th album, she's going to have to get new instrumentation.
Probably.
So she would probably use her modern band.
I guess that would make the most sense. Yeah, isn't that what you used for the 20th anniversary? Not Mrs. Pokemon Master. What was it? The other songs entirely in there, like the lullaby and.
Well, technically 20th is a new was a new instrumental track.
But
because there's different. There's significant.
Yeah, there's
differences.
significant instrumental changes in that version. But yeah,
Yeah.
only time will tell for that one. And that's just something we have to wait and see. But overall, very much excited for it, though. Let's be real here. New Rika songs are always a plus. Which, by the way, you can actually look for it yourself if you guys have, streaming services like Apple Music or, say, Spotify or whatnot. You can actually find a couple of Rika songs on there as well. Especially those EPs I was talking about beforehand. So you could find them there too, alongside a lot of other anime. I'm really happy that streaming services have finally started to accept a lot of foreign tracks now from other
Yeah.
parts of the world and making them accessible. Like it's crazy to see. I have 1, 2, 3 through that. I have just other Japanese anime openings or ending songs included in
Yeah.
this, like the recently released Digimon Ghost Game opening, which is still great. I love that song.
Also,
Faction.
Rika is going to be participating in Diamond Fest 2021 Autumn Anime Songs at Zept Yokohama, and she's going to be sharing the bill with artists like Ichiro Mizuki, Aniki, and also Kitadani Hiroshi. Dani, the guy who does the One Piece openings.
Okay.
So he's
Okay,
yeah, so you're gonna have that sort of thing. Unfortunately, though, it doesn't look like there is a live stream. Let me see if there's like a live Haishin. Let's see, Haishin. No, there is not. There is no live stream. It's just a door cover charge. Sometime, I guess now with everything getting back to normal, there's gonna be like no more live stream stuff, which is kind of sad. I mean, even Shokotan's thing was like live streamed, even though you had to pay like fucking 5,000.
You know what makes me sad about it the most? That means we won't get the opportunity to hear like those new songs that they did like with Sun and Moon during those streams, and that was like our only way we got those rips. If anybody remembers that, kind of sad. We'll never get to experience that again.
Wait, which ones?
Remember back in Sun and Moon when they had live streams and they would play a lot of Sun and Moon OST? That's how Felipe.
Oh yes.
The others were able to rip it.
Oh man, good times.
That was our only way we got access to those songs, man, because they ain't releasing that goddamn. You know what? 25th OST edition. Let's go. This is the only opportunity we can see an OST drop for like the Awane songs. And since Iwane is still having his music,
you mean Miyazaki? You mean?
Yeah, Miyazaki.
Iwane's the animator.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mixed the two up just now because I was also seeing about Awane's stuff over here in the sidelines. But the point of the matter is that I'm trying to say is that, dude, let's get those OST songs, please. This is the only opportunity we'll get to see this happen at this time.
You mean BW to SM?
Yes, or at least just the best of, basically. If they can't give us everything, at least give us the best of. Yeah, so give us some of the most iconic songs from those eras, and I'm just saying, man, I want the super secret training song from X and Y in there, please. That would be great. But hey,
I'm glad we got Lumios from those live streams.
Nice.
I think, yeah.
I think there was just it's also a part of the DVD collection, if I recall correctly. Isn't that one song in there too?
That might have been it. Is Filippo, are you here? Are you here?
No, I recall Filippo mentioning that a while ago when he did release that track, which he also released a new one, if I'm correct, earlier today or yesterday, which is like a black and white battle theme or something like that. I just want the final score that plays at the end of BW when Ash is leaving for the Kalos region. Oh god, that song is great too. There's a lot of good songs that they need to release. I'm just saying, man, just make the people happy. And y'all better out here do your service as well and actually pay for that shit. I'm just saying, man. You better buy it to keep letting them know that we want this. Yeah, I'm pointing a gun at your hand right now, man. Just
whoa!
Buy the shit. You guys keep complaining about it. Now put your money where your mouth is, buddy.
Hey, hold on.
Why I bought Journeys.
I put the money where my mouth is.
Is this because we're making you eat tacos? Is that why you decided to go rogue?
Tyrone, you don't know how desperate we are for these. We've been waiting.
We waited 25 years. Well, not really, but we waited a long time for it.
No, you waited 11.
11,
yeah.
Well, 10.
Actually, no, because there's still songs from 25 years ago that we never got, like the To Be Continued, or not the To Be Continued.
Oh, yeah, Mezase instrumental.
Yeah, that one. The one TSS keeps asking for.
Cost?
Hmm?
What?
How much is this going to cost?
Who knows?
Okay, somebody said in the chat. Oh, they're just doing
How
the
much is
$20.
gonna? How much is? Yeah, how much is it gonna cost? Like
A lot of money because
a
that's like
lot.
4 generations of music.
It's probably gonna be like if it's gonna be like fucking 3 discs or 4 discs.
I think the original one was like
$200.
70, $80. If I recall correctly.
No. The first one is like the first one was like 50 something,
$50.
and the second one was also like 50. But it's like 2 CDs. I have to look at it. I'm pretty sure we have it on PM.net. We have the original price for that. Also, by the way, for the folks that want to know, because of Polly over here, we finally fucking went and finally on PM.net you could finally click on the fucking track number, the track timestamps in the episode again, and then you get the freaking track references.
Oh yes, I forgot what I was looking at or I was trying to find. Like, oh, I was trying to. I can't say why, but I was trying to find how many episodes Type Wild played during.
Yeah, because it was
You'll
her.
be surprised to know
I
the
forwarded.
answer.
I forwarded it to our, wonderful dev team over, that does the website, and then there was a simple one thing add-on in freaking Perl or whatever, the PHP.
Mornak says I say $500 deluxe edition plus artwork from the previous series. How about it, TSS? I mean, well, actually,
$500 better include all the fucking original fucking episodes.
I better get the originals. I better get the beta versions. I better get like some kind of commentary.
I mean, $500 for like, let's say, OS up until like maybe DP would be fine.
If they go out of their way to do from OS to SM,
let's put this into perspective. If you look on PM.net, it'll tell you how many rental DVDs there are, and rental DVDs are only DVD 5s. And usually, starting with Advanced Generation, there has been about 15 or 16 volumes per year. There's AG 2003, AG 2004, AG 2005, and AG 2006.
Mm-hmm.
So if you take all that together, we're talking about 64 DVDs for AG.
Damn.
So yeah, but about 64. But if they were released maybe like the entire, but then again though, that's expensive. It's going to be prohibitively expensive unless they do Blu-ray. Unless they just do SD Blu-ray, kind of like what they did with I don't know, some series. I think one that comes to mind is fucking Air. But Air is a very bad example of one of the early Blu-rays. It's kind of become an inside joke between me and a staff member. I've always said that Air on Blu-ray is shit, but you want to buy it anyway.
You just want it because you want it, man.
Yeah, it's like that. But even if they do SD Blu-ray, as long as the bit rate's high enough and they don't fuck up with like interlace hell or whatever, it should be fine.
Yeah. So like if they were to do like a CD release of like a big edition, I would like for them to just include. This is just a dream, a fever dream. It'll never happen, but it would be incredible. Give me all openings and all endings from OS to Journeys. Put in the entire OST collection from OS to SM, or if they think it's too much, put it from BW to S&M, because that's how much it went for his work, for Miyazaki's. And then of course include the creditless versions of all the openings and endings from OS to Sun and Moon. I think that would be a great way to put $500. I think that would be great right then and there. That's
the video stuff wouldn't be a problem because Shogakukan owns them technically.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But I don't want them to do those like Twitter releases where they had all the goddamn text in there and whatnot. I wanted like a pure, clean, creditless release with like maybe the text at the bottom or something like how they used to be. But if they do that, I think that would be incredible. If they go out of their way to do it, of course. Time will tell.
Yeah. No, the problem is, well, you still have Perfect Best 1, 2, and then the 10th anniversary version, which is 1997 to 2007.
Yeah. I can't seem to find that information anywhere. At least with the DVD releases. I
think
those were like super limited, weren't they?
Oh no. I was actually able to find a copy and I think it was one of the Mandarake satellite stores in Nakano. And I was able to find it. I think for I think it was like $40, like the first Perfect Best. So I mean, it wasn't that bad, but
Nice.
that was like back in 2017. I have
At
a
some
picture
point
of
I
it.
have to, because I only have the Hayashi one, which I feel like is blasphemy.
Well, I'm talking about Perfect Best. I'm talking about the DVD with the creditless and openings and endings.
Oh.
It's not rare. They printed enough of it. As a matter of fact, Book Off on 45th Street actually had a copy, I think, of Perfect Best 2, and it was just sitting there for like 2 years and nobody bought it.
Yeah, I remember actually I saw that once with you, if I remember
I
correctly.
remember at Book Off seeing years ago, like I think 2015 or 2014, the High Touch, whatever the that one with Ashton Dawn, like
The
The
CD.
actual-
those
the
singles.
CD.
Yeah, the CD single, yeah.
Yeah. But
But
there
you
were
can get
more,
that-
it was like High Touch and the instrumental and like maybe Together or something, I don't know.
I think it was just a traditional just release of that. It's like
Yeah, it was
just
just
like
it
a
was
regular
CD
CD
single.
release of it.
CD single, yeah, it was just a CD single.
The point of the matter is you found that there. That's actually so cool.
I know, it was crazy. I think I still have a picture of it. And I showed my friend. Yeah.
Alrighty, so
Yeah.
yeah, once again, chat, we don't know what the anime has in store for the 25th anniversary. It is still kind of cool to think about, but as always, chat, we have to think about the fact that we're reaching for a lot of our requests here. So let's see how things will shape up when we get closer to the eventual 25th anniversary and hear more about the goodies that they'll intend to include and whatnot. Especially because we need to learn a lot of things. We need to learn about the next film. We need to learn about maybe the next volume, where the series is going to go in the next year. Just all this stuff in between. And then, of course, there are the Pokemon games like Legends, Pokemon Diamond and Pearl remakes coming out literally in just a couple of weeks from now. So
Yep.
we got that happening soon, amongst many other games also coming out in these couple of weeks.
Well, and plus we know, we could probably assume that there's going to be the 24th movie coming out next year.
Oh yeah, that.
It sucks that it's the 24th and not the 25th, though, for obvious reasons. Of course, everybody
Yeah.
knows why. But yeah, so let's continue on our discussions outside of the anime and go and talk about the most important thing that came out this week.
Nagatoro, no.
Well, that too. That did get an announcement for season 2. That was quicker
coming
than
out.
I honestly expected. I'm gonna be real with you, but I'm so happy that they came out.
I
and
haven't
were
read the
like,
latest chapter yet, and it came out.
When's
2
that
days
coming
ago.
out?
It's coming out. Let me go and check real quick so I can make sure I get
I-
the information for you. Nagatoro, second season. We got a cute illustration for it. But when is it coming out? Let's see. It's just simply been announced, I believe. Also,
Oh,
who
yeah.
the fuck?
Hey, so
I just went online and somebody fucking put the Nagatoro face with, like, for some reason, the Ben 10 Omnitrix attached to it.
Post that shit. Post that shit.
Hold on, let me show this to you real quick here. I'm gonna post it in the anime section on Discord because this shit threw me the fuck off, man. Why the fuck did somebody do that?
Oh my, what?
Jesus Christ.
Put down the stream.
Oh yeah, I'll put it on stream. This shit had me wilding. Oh my lord.
Wait, can I just say,
Huh?
not to
No.
go on a tangent, but I just realized apparently New York and New Jersey is in a state of emergency of a looming nor'easter, and here we are, 3 of us and Tyrone, doing the PokePod.
Hey, listen,
Huh?
man. Even
what
in the midst
fuck?
of doom,
Why
we're
is
still
she
gonna be
using
doing.
the Omnitrix?
Yeah, why is she willing the what's with this? I just wanted to get information about season 2 and I see this shit in the reply.
Get on time!
Oh, Jesus Christ, I love this. Good God. Okay, so here we go. We got the information. TV Animation's second production decision has been concluded here with the second season of it being produced. We don't know when it's coming out. All we just know is that it was confirmed to be happening.
Oh,
Soon.
I hate those. I hate those. It's coming. When? It's coming. Fuck you.
Well, to be
Don't do
fair, we
that.
don't know reasoning. Let me see if there's any more information.
At this point, don't even tell me about it then. Just give give me a later trailer that says coming out in fucking fall of 2022.
Let's take a look here. Hold on a second. Has been oh, that's why. The reason came during an event for the franchise that was also celebrated with the fact that it's also going to be happening. So they had some kind of an event going on for Nagatoto-san over there in Japan. And that's why they decided to say, hey, we're going to also make this announcement here. More information will drop later this year.
Although
And,
Shield
look
Hero
forward
got the
to it.
shittiest end of the stick, we won't be getting that till next year, late next year.
They postponed that,
Bullshit.
didn't they, right?
Bullshit. Like that. What the fuck? I'll be dead by the time Shield Hero season 2 comes out.
Maybe you'll be reincarnated
I
as the
won't- I
Shield
won't
Hero
be there.
before the second season drops.
Isekai, let's go.
Right, it's an isekai. Oh, I would totally love to be in an isekai anime.
I don't know, man. Don't say that, not knowing what the hell kind of world
The
you're gonna
time
get
I got
sent
really
into.
No, you want
Song.
you want to get molested by truck coon, bus coon, and train coon.
Hey, listen, man. If there's anything, and fireworks, Coon, don't worry about
Fireworks coon.
Yeah, fireworks, Coon always will come in to save the day by making sure that girl who's gonna confess to you will never be heard in your side. Train Coon also same thing as well. Also, speaking about anime and all that, real quick, let's go take a second to talk about an anime I've been enjoying from this season and I would highly recommend. Because I found it actually quite enjoyable. More than I thought I would have, honestly. It's called, if I was to say the Japanese name, and I'm gonna butcher the shit out of this, but hey, let's try it. Senpai ga Usai Kohai no Hanashi, which I think is translated to my senpai is annoying. I love this anime so far. It's basically about this. Yeah, my see Kuro got it right there. Igarashi Futuba's new job would be great if her senpai Takeda Harumi wasn't so incredibly annoying. Futuba hates his laugh, she hates how big he is, and she really hates that he treats her like a little kid. Just because Futuba is short and looks young doesn't make her a kid, and just because she spends so much time with Takeda doesn't mean she sees him as anything else but an annoying senpai. Or does she? And I just want to say right now, this is one of my favorite animes from this season. I genuinely thought it was going to go to, Komi Can't Communicate. But in terms of enjoyment, I've really had more fun with My Senpai is Annoying. And it so far has 3 episodes, so if you guys ever want to get a chance to take a look into it, it's genuinely really great. They have a good cast of voices as well. And the animation for a slice of life series is absolutely great too. So yeah, the couples in this show are great, especially the other two. I don't want to spoil who, but bro, the scene that they had during the Christmas episode was so fucking cute. I loved it so much. I don't want to say more, but watch it if you ever get a chance. I do give it my thumbs up seal of approval in terms of enjoying just a nice, calm slice of life series. You know, nothing groundbreaking or anything, but it really is a lot of fun with more episodes to come, of course. So
go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, keep that in mind when wanting to watch other shows. So yeah.
Also, other shows you should watch is Muta King the Dancing Hero because it's Tatsunoko's latest freaking masterpiece. Tatsunoko, yeah.
Isn't that the one done by Wit Studio? Or am I thinking of another one in particular?
No, you're thinking of another one because this one is Muta King the Dancing Hero.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me take a look here, see if I can find it.
Yeah, I mean, I've only watched the first episode. There's 4 episodes out, but I'll tell you that it's think of it the evil like antagonist, the company of the show. Think of it as if Apple willingly went and wanted to injure their customers.
I mean, they don't do that already.
I mean, knowingly.
They target their wallets.
They target
Stop and Shop is here to help you make the most of your fall.
What the hell is
With
Stop and Shop talking about
delicious, easy
right
to
now? But
they want you to buy some more fucking eggs.
I know, right? So I was just reading here, and it just says like, all right, so the big baddie, who's the antagonist of the series, is attacking people for some reason. That's it. That's the information we got, and I love that. Mm-hmm. So I'll give that a shot too. I'll give that a watch, and you give My Senpai's Annoying a watch, and we'll probably talk more about it in next week's pod if we ever get a chance to watch it, of course, by this week. So
Yeah,
yeah,
let's see.
some good comfy shows to watch, just to relax a little bit. This season is mainly just kind of like a nice calm slice of life. Also wanted to take a second also to talk about the other anime that got a trailer today, which is none other than My Dress Up Darling. Many people might already know that I've talked about this particular manga series a lot in past podcast sessions, mostly every week, and talked about how I've really been enjoying the manga so far and would have wished to have seen it get an anime adaptation of some sort. So to find out earlier this year that yes, it is getting an anime adaptation, and then to now see today, we finally got our first glimpse into just how the production and animation wise it's gonna look for the show. My God, it looks good. Please, please don't mess it up, man. I was excited about it. I'm looking forward to it. I know Cloverworks is behind this particular anime that's going to be happening in, I believe, of January of 2022. However, this is when my big concern finally came in when I noticed something a little interesting for what's gonna happen with this one, and that is that I found out. Oh shit! It's
Hey, dragons. Sorry, I
no,
just wanted to
not
be
not
random.
that, not that. It's not involving them just yet. But my biggest concern was the fact that it was done by Cloverworks. that is my big concern because Cloverworks is also working on another show during that same season. And I believe they're also going to be having a third one as well during that season too. So they're doing 3 different anime shows around the same time. And that honestly can often lead to a lot of concerns because nobody knows exactly how they are able to shuffle all animation and shit. So
Your animes, Rick.
Well, technically, OLM has multiple teams, and they were able to get
Not
stuff
have been as
out.
funny as it was.
the reason also I want to just clarify why I act this way though, TSS, is because they were for people who might not know, they were also responsible for The Promised Neverland. And
Oh
if
yeah,
you
that.
recall the
They
shit
fucked
that
that up, right?
happened with the
That's the
second,
shit they fucked up, right?
yeah, that was the shit they fucked up when they
I
had
have no
other anime
context, but I know
happen.
they fucked it up.
They also fucked up Wonder Egg Priority, which was another big one that a lot of people were enjoying, but that finale was so horrific that people absolutely despised it. So
Abbreviated from the wrong.
so I'm just
Why
saying
is
I
this
don't
funny to
want
me?
them to butcher my favorite manga from the previous years, man. Don't
Otaku
mess.
Scooby Doo is the greatest.
I know, right? So please, I'm just saying, with my dress up darling, don't mess it up, Cloverworks. I have a lot of fate going into this one with you. Please don't mess it up. I know you have like 200 animes going on around the same time, but just if you had to fuck up something, fuck up the other ones. Don't fuck up my dress up darling. I really want to see that shit go well and succeed. Also, it got English localization as well for My Dress Up Darling too. So if you ever want to go and read the manga, those are available for you guys to enjoy as well. So just thought I'd clarify that. All right then. So anything else that I'm thinking off the top of my head for anime and stuff? Not necessarily.
Oh,
Go on.
speaking of watching anime and finding the time,
What time?
I'm just so
Beta time.
relieved
No.
that I finally finished Diamond and Pearl.
Oh,
But
okay.
yeah,
I legitimately don't know what to say to that. I'll be real with you. Not because it's a bad thing or anything. Only
Congratulations.
only just because I'm reminded. Wait, didn't you do that thing before? So
yes,
yeah,
but now I'm more validated.
really.
After 11 years.
Right now we could validate her parking. Now she has to get into the venue.
Yeah, right. So let's go and
Yes.
open and clear this up real quick. There we go. Perfect. So let's go take a
Okay,
second
while he's doing that, we'll give Polly a minute of a spotlight. How do now that you're done with it, how do you feel?
So I made 2 voice tweets last night kind of talking. I was very teary-eyed. I was trying because I'd been crying because I didn't think I would because the things that I cried at I've seen before. But I think it was just an emotional journey for me. Yes, Kevin, I know you want to do your favorite coming soon, but
Don't worry, it's just background stuff.
yeah. What I was saying is that it's nice. It was nice seeing all the build-up and all the little bits and pieces of the gaps that were filled in for me, like Weasel, Fantina, some of the other gym battles, like some of the other the beginning galactic stuff, that I had missed, and it's just like you see so much change come from all the three protagonists from the beginning to the end, and it's just, and then you also appreciate the rivals a lot more. You appreciate the whole team. You see how the story is just seamlessly intertwined with the battles, and like it's just so good.
I know everything was perfect
until episode DP 103.
Oh no, I was gonna mainly refer to troll bias.
Episode
troll bias.
Him, yeah, 103 too though.
Yeah.
I will say,
Wait,
I will say, DP is definitely, I think, one of the best written series out of all the generations. In terms of like the scope that they go for and the story that they're trying to create. I do think that out of all the generations we've gone through, I do believe, in my honest opinion, despite that horrible, horrible 1 year gap we had with it, I still, in my heart, believe DP is probably one of the best ones in terms of like the narrative and especially the rivalry between Ash and Paul. I do think that rivalry was what carried this show and also was what really put us into focus mode throughout the entirety of the series, because we wanted to see how Ash was going to overcome these. We wanted to see how Paul is going to evolve throughout the series. We wanted to see all these characters develop their own ways. And I do think while some aspects of it are bad, I do believe the majority are really done beautifully. And when they do good, it's really fucking good. And I think DP, with its show and the way they wanted to say things, pay respect to the past generations as well, having them also like included, moments of times in the openings as well with May, with Misty, Gary, having them come back and have them be involved throughout the storyline. And then, of course, the league itself, despite that really nasty ass looking thing that's in there that ruins the DP league. I do believe everything else that led up to it was done beautifully. And I do think that DP is a show that deserves to be talked, at least in like the discussion of like what is the best generation series that the series has to have. So like, DP, XY,
looking at Tobias for a second, just because I know that's obviously the thing that sort of hits people when it comes to this series. And I'll be real brief. Obviously Tobias was I guess what a lot of people view as a problem. But I think it's more or less just the fact that I think it's because he sticks out so much in the narrative grand scheme of things.
Because he doesn't have a narrative. He's just sort of there.
Yeah, what do you do when Ash's main goal is Paul and he beats his main goal? Well, the show didn't know what to do with him. So at this point, they had to have Ash lose. But they had to have Ash lose in a way to where, like, they can't go. Unfortunately, this is what's known in most shonen anime as linear power upscaling. They can't have Ash lose to a regular Ash trainer at this point. So they had to bust out something that basically was an unstoppable wall so that if Ash does lose, it's justifiable that he loses. One of the big things I find in XY that people get so upset about is that Ash came in second place due to Alon beating him, not realizing that fucking Charizard was able to fight off against 4 legendaries and beat 10 megas.
Oh no, whenever we have that discussion, it's never the Charizard, it's everything else.
But I digress. The point is that Diamond and Pearl tried to sidestep the problem by making a trainer that's so unstoppable, there's no expectations for Ash to beat him. And thus, they make an unstoppable wall that otherwise would decide Ash's fate. I mean, like, hell, when Ash loses 4 Pokemon and Tobias still has Darkrai, we kind of already accept that he basically lost the damn fight at this point. There's no way Ash is going to make a comeback.
Yeah, but it's weird because it was a landslide, but he still held his own because he was able to...
Oh, yeah.
especially the Darkrai, because no
Diamond
one
and Pearl
else was able to get the Darkrai.
for as much shit as Diamond and Pearl gets for that, Diamond and Pearl actually did a very clever writing scheme by making it so that Ash's accomplishment isn't beating Tobias, it's beating Darkrai.
And Latios.
And then he goes a step beyond that by beating Latios. Does it make Tobias seem very obvious that he has a broken team? Absolutely. But it does at least show that out of all the contenders, Ash may have been the one that loses in this fight, but he's the one that put up the most fight. And thus, Ash gets a victory of his own here in this situation.
Yeah. If anything, I would have liked this concept to be in Battle Frontier with Soledad, because I feel like Soledad kind of came out of nowhere. And they're like, oh, she's a strong trainer, but she didn't seem that much of a threat to anybody else.
She sweeps Dawn, and nobody has any context of her other than she's just out of word of mouth. She's just a good coordinator.
Yeah.
We made it.
We made it to what? Redacted.
Yeah, we so what was I gonna say? I also just wanted to say that there's little things here and there that really hinted towards wrapping up the classic era of the show, which I guess I didn't realize until I watched the thing all the way through. Like them playing together with the wind in Brock's episode was a nice callback, because obviously that's from the first movie. And it's showing his development, so it was just very nostalgic, and and then him bringing back the Johto Mons or AG Mons and using them in the previous matches was awesome. But then saving the Sinnoh team for his battle against Paul, which is a great way to combine the old and new aspects of the series. Because you're still staying true and using the current mods that we have so much history with going through the series, but you're still showing that the others are strong. They didn't go anywhere. They might be at Oak's lab, but they're still strong. Like Sceptile going through against a Darkrai. Wait, was it Darkrai? Or was it? Yeah.
Yeah, Sceptile beat Darkrai.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, Ash used Heracross, Gibble,
Torkoal. No.
Torkoal. Yeah, Torkoal didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But
I know,
Torkoal, no matter what generation he's in, he's always gonna get his ass
I don't even know why Ash brought him.
I feel bad
because Infernape was no longer available, buddy.
Because the AG team was shafted for troll bias, but then again, Ash put enough faith in them. They must have been to Ash. They must have been his aces.
They were the Battle Frontier victors. I mean,
yeah.
And unfortunately, I think this is Ash's last time as some of his Hoenmons get the chance to shine. After this, I think they're absent for the most part.
Yeah.
No, the last time I remember hearing about them was in Best Wishes when they decided to bring on Pheasant over there, so that way Swellow and and the other flying birds can have a flying race. This is the last time we see
his Hoenn Pokemon used in a battle.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Swallow's last big fight was against a Darkrai. Latios.
Honestly, though, Swallow's last fight being against the Latios is pretty fucking cool.
I love that he didn't hesitate. He just squawked at that fucker. It was like, nah, I'm gonna take you ass down.
Yeah.
I love that. The confidence Suba had in that is something that I still will cherish.
I believe Swellow and Talonflame are the only two birds that Ash has that fought legendaries.
Yeah.
At least off the top of my head.
Talonflame's fought too.
Talonflame fought
Moltres and Zapdos.
Yeah. Of course, it has to be the birds.
yeah, he fought the birds. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Oh well, I wish Torkoal wasn't involved though. I wish it would have been.
Yeah, I don't know why Torkoal was there. That was weird.
Yeah, Torkoal was such an odd inclusion, man.
But
okay.
It's good to hear your thoughts on that now that you've completed it. But KG, obviously, let's get to your baby.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
baby.
Yeah, see, like glad somebody else got it too. All right, so
Reese's Puffs.
To quickly summarize what happened earlier this week, one of the greatest announcements of all time has happened. Zorua's getting an alternate form. Well, that too, but Zorua's getting an alternate form, though. And this is the best.
And if you want to hear a Japanese man freaking like go off, that's what you want.
And I was lying on you too, because this thing looks like Ruby, like weirdly.
It has the pink of Ruby around it, the fur color, everything. Yeah. I love this Zorua because it's just so goddamn adorable, bro. It fits everything that I love about it. It's a normal ghost type as well, a first in the series too. And it's just so beautiful, man.
Rest in peace to that person who was playing Pokemon Snap and died in the snow.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Right? I don't know.
No, he's dead. He's dead. Bro.
Oh yeah, he's just straight up dead. His body's just in the corpse in the snow. Nobody's gonna question it though.
But
the most important part is that we got footage of the Zorua though. That's what matters the most.
And the Zoroark.
And the Zoroark too. But it's the Zorua that I just love so much. Please, TPC and TPCI, release the official artwork of these Pokemon. I need to see my baby boys out here.
I predicted that you would use like, oh, he's so fluffy and so cute, like type voice tonight.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it is my Zorua. I love Zorua. First of all, I love just foxes in generals. So, you know, like Vulpix, Fennekin, Zorua, now Hisuian Zorua. You know, so to finally have these kind of variations just put this comfiness of joy in my heart right now. And I can actually have a full Mofu team now going on with this if we ever get the opportunity to do so.
It's goddamn motherfucking typing. Normal and ghost.
Which is hilarious when you figure out the weakness for it.
The only Pokemon that can beat Zorua is Zorua. The original one.
Yeah. The OG. Well, not even the OG. The OG is this one. This is the OG right here. Yep. They evolved to defeat themselves. It's kind of crazy.
Who are you? I'm you, but weaker.
Wait.
So yeah, this thing is immune and or resistant to basically. This is amazing. I love when Pokemon does crazy ass type matchups because it's so rare that they do it anymore. So when
you have like 18 something types, you would assume we'll get something new, and it's like, how have we never seen this?
And get your handed to you by a mighty Ina.
Like, I'm still looking for them to make a grass fire type, but they haven't done it yet.
Well, we'll find out. Well, didn't we get a water fire recently?
Cora said it right at the exact same time that I did.
Still no fire grass for now. That's the most important thing. For now.
All it would have to be like a spicy, like a pepper. For fuck's sake, I don't give a shit. It's got to be.
We have an apple, so.
Well, yeah, that's close. That's close. But yeah, I am very shocked, and I'm sure Cora will dive into the research as to why this thing is normal and ghost. But my guess is, obviously, it's the spirit. It's based.
By the way, we're looking forward to the 45-minute video. Thanks.
It looks like it looked like it's based on like I'm guessing maybe a yokai. They're probably going on for like a yokai Japanese spirit-esque creature.
Now I forgot who was the one that mentioned it, but they have this kind of like very what's the vibe that's going for them? The kitsune vibe.
Oh, it's a kitsune. Okay, easy. Okay, Japanese fox of folklore. Gotcha.
Yeah, because like if you take a look at the design of Zoroark, especially.
Yeah, it's a QB. It's a QB.
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the things I love about Hisuian forms, they're like if you study any type of Japanese culture, then you know kind of what all of them are based off already. So they're very easy concept to look at and go, oh, it's based off that.
Yeah. You know what this also makes it kind of feel as well? Suddenly that Pokemon movie with Zorua and Zoroark doesn't feel so off no more now that we saw them in the center region.
That's one thing that I had to go back and watch. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it all the way through.
I was going to say, that's dangerous coincidence, actually.
Yeah, that is some ridiculous coincidence, but hey, it's good coincidence for my end, because now I could tie that together with this one. But still, I'm just saying, once I get Legends, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I beat the shit out of every Pokemon with my bare fist as I walk into the middle of the snow forest to find my little baby boy. So I can have him be my starter Pokemon and PC the other ones.
Jesus.
Mr. Lefty and Mr. Righty want to see some Pokemon, damn it. But I need to get my Zorua first.
Jesus Christ, KG, what the fuck?
Listen, Tyrone, you would do
Animal
the same
abuse.
for the
Animal
Dene
abuse
too.
confirmed.
Not that, Jesus.
You would do the same too if there was a Hisuian
Yeah.
Dene, wouldn't you?
KG is so wholesome, but then there's just some points where I'm very
fucking
concerned.
genocide? Yeah, I noticed.
But then I'm also not surprised.
He did this to the Dupiter and the fucking wishy-washies.
And I also tried it as well in Let's Go, and that didn't go well either. When I was trying to get a shiny Vulpix.
Oh.
Point of the matter is, I'm excited for this. I can't wait to hear more information about the Zorua, the Zoroark, how they live. Most importantly, how they're going to function in the next generation game, because they have to have some form of ability, because I don't think abilities are in this game. So it's like making you kind of wonder, competitive wise, how viable are these Mon?
Thing is gonna be a monster in the competitive game. It's barely got any weaknesses.
Yeah, basically. Although I got my weaknesses covered with my regular Zorua and my my Hisuian Zorua now. I'm gonna have a cool ass double battle between the Zorua buddies here.
Because I kept thinking, I was like, wait, it's normal type, so fighting can. No, it can't. It's Ghost. Well, wait, the Ghost type can beat Ghost. No, it can't. Normal type.
It's
well, maybe
so
if you-
perfect.
Yeah, you can't do anything to it.
If it has illusion, I feel that's a wasted
Yeah,
opportunity.
that's kind of lame. Yeah, I think that's something that, like, I want to say as Zorua.
Yeah, but Gene Simmons could beat the shit out of it, so.
Unless it gets a new ability that somehow negates dark type moves.
Shut up.
No, then that means it'll be
It'll be
completely broken.
Yeah.
And listen,
It's
man, let
completely
my
broken.
baby boy be broken out there in the wild, bro. I want him so bad. And I'm so happy I love this Mon so much the way I do. So this kind of revelation really hit me hard when I saw him. Because Zorua is, many people already know this, my absolute favorite Pokemon of all time. Like, it is, without a doubt, the one that I've been just so attached
Truant.
to. And I would love to see...
No, not true.
Oh, hell no, not Truant.
That's
But yeah,
stupid.
to see that it got a form, to see it's getting a lot of artwork online, to see all the Zorua artwork, especially with like Shidon or the Alolan Vulpix, it's just so fucking adorable, bro. I love everything I've been seeing online. It's just been nothing but this like Zorua resurgence on social media. And to me, I've always wanted to appreciate and see that in the current timeline, and I'm so happy I can. KG Zorua or Hisuian Zorua. There is no ors. It's both, man. You appreciate both equally. They're
They
both
want you to
goddamn
pick
adorable.
No. It's like like I said, it's like the Mexican girl with the tacos. Why not have both?
Exactly. Why not both? And then just suddenly be
Ortega.
lifted up into the air as you're being celebrated for your obvious as hell decision. So
Ortega.
I love them both. I can't go one over the other. Also, it'll feel kind of weird to suddenly just say, oh, Hisuian is my favorite just because it came out a week ago when I still have my precious original over here on the side. So, both of them it is. But I will say, thank you, TPC, for making it feel Ruby-esque, which I think
Well,
was like the
15,000
biggest
to
fucking
tacos.
coincidence of...
I remember someone pointed that out too. They were like, John got a Hisuian Growlithe.
yeah.
And KG gets Hisuian Zorart.
And in fact,
what
a
was-
lot of people, before Zorua even got revealed, people were on Twitter saying, oh, it's going to look like Ruby. Watch. That shit happened.
If Gorochu exists, I will be a happy man.
Neat.
Yeah, Gorochu. Well, this is the only opportunity we can get Gorochu.
They can make Hisuian Pikachu or whatever.
I mean, does that mean Hisuian the Dene, though, says
Well,
Roger?
not even a Hisuian Pikachu. What'll happen is if Pikachu evolves in the Hisuian region, it'll turn it. Because they gave me out two forms. They gave me out regular and Alolan form.
And
Yeah,
Galar
and-
form.
And they gave him a Galar form, too.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't deserve
He didn't deserve any
He
of
gets
those.
everything. He gets multiple Pokemon endings. He gets multiple variants.
And then he
He's a-
suddenly gets Japanese VA now
That's
being in the
because-
game.
because-
checking the mail for $200.
That's because Inuko Yinayama is goaded.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you are
Yeah,
correct on
right.
that part. But like in regards
Yeah.
to the forms, like she has nothing to do with Galar Meowth, though. Let's be real. It's Kanto Meowth she's mostly tied to.
Out of all the Hisuian Pokemon that we've seen so far, I think one of the oddest choices to me is Stantler having an evolve form. I was like, oh shit, they paid it. They remember Stantler exists. Holy fuck, Game Freak, you can do that?
Holy shit, you acknowledge shit?
Yeah. I think to me, Scyther doesn't Scyther have one too? Cleaver or whatever the fuck it's called.
Yes.
This is the worst one to me. It's the ugliest fucking one I've ever seen in my life.
A lot of people made some pretty hilarious comparisons, saying that maybe, you know, like how they mentioned, like stones in particular are used to evolve these Pokemon. A lot of people came with the prediction that possibly these stones that you see right now are actually the Everstones of the past, of like the ones that turned into Everstone now.
Say what?
Yeah, think about it. Like they talk about like those interesting stones that you can acquire to evolve Pokemon in Legends, right? But like there has to be a reason why we can't do that in the current era. So a lot of people are thinking that the stones that might have been used for evolution back in the day probably like eroded or just kind of lost its natural ability to do so and turned from what was their original stones into an Everstone, which would explain why the evolutions would never occur at all.
Thought I'd hear so much backstory about the Everstone item.
No, but that's just an assumption. But if they tie that would actually be pretty cool regardless, though.
Yeah.
Which would also explain why you never see the Cleaver in the current era, because they just can't exist. Because there are none that are available for one to obtain. So yeah, there's just a lot of cool things that a lot of people are coming up with this game, and honestly, I'm very happy that Legends, as time passes on more and more, we're like learning, discovering, encountering this new shit, and I can't wait. I legitimately can't. I'm very much excited for when this game drops, though, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah. With that being said, that's pretty much it. That's all I could really talk about for the Zorua. I've gushed about it on Twitter. I've gushed about it here on Twitch right now in this conversation, and I gushed about it beforehand during the past stream. And the only thing I could say about it...
That's why we don't give KG gushers.
Yeah. They just gush everywhere. But point of the matter is, I love my Zorua. I'm happy Zorua's getting love. I'm loving that the fact that the artists out there are doing shit like this by making some cute-ass Hisuian Zorua artwork, Zoroark artwork, for some reason waifu artwork too. I'm not going to judge them, but I love them regardless. But most importantly... people are also doing artwork of Ruby and Hisuian Zorua together. Once again, massive thanks to Joker is okay on here on Twitch for making this adorable ass artwork of Ruby and Zorua here. Much appreciated. And like when you put these two together, they just mesh so well, man. I love it. I love it so much. So yeah, keep it coming, chat. And keep the love for the Zorua going as we approach Legends. And I'm very curious, very, very curious to see how this game is going to continue. Also, we learned that for some reason, Arceus also has a cutscene of some sort in the game as well. And he just seems to be screaming light everywhere. But, like, we don't know the context for it. So, yeah, still a lot of mystery regarding Legends Arceus. But it is a game to pretty much look forward to.
It's finding its inner persona.
God persona. All right then, chat. So, what do you guys say we get ourselves ready for tonight then?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right then. So let's go and talk about what might possibly be, and I know this might sound weird to some people. It really might sound very, very weird. But honestly, one of the best episodes of this series. So let's get into it and talk about the latest episode of Pokemon Evolutions.
Oh wow, you people actually agree.
So yeah, Pokemon Evolutions episode 4. Why don't we? If you are, I'm gonna just say this right now. If you are a big fan of Black and White, I mean it. If you are a legitimate big fan of Black and White, and you know the beta, the artwork, the history, the lore, the games before they even released, the references that they have in this goddamn episode that only lasts like 9 minutes is absolutely insane. Ridiculous. I loved this episode. This is honestly one of the best episodes of Evolution.
Oh yeah, this is a work of art.
It is a work of art. It is incredible. I love it all. Ent's character, Hilda's character, everything you see in this story is absolutely great. But it made me want to rip my hair out when I realized this was it.
And I hate it. I love it and hate it.
I hate it because of the fact that this is all we getting. I mean,
Just make
I
a
want to listen. I
fucking
want to
show
before.
already.
I want to just straight up say to the people who produced this episode, who went out of their way to go into the fine details of N's character, even the pose, the iconic pose that never got into the game, but it was that one artwork that who was it that showed it off at like an interview? Shit, who was it? But they showed off like an old artwork of N where he had like his hands just spread out to the side and all that. Like they did that fucking pose in this episode, bro. And it's just crazy that that was so far into attention to detail. Even the cube that's in this episode too. That's right around this little N's neck
The
right
brain
there.
puzzle.
That's actually also detailed as well. They actually made a model of it just to make sure they get this shit right in this episode too. It's crazy that they put
I
so
know
much
this is
detail into it.
they put a lot of detail into it. One part that I thought was odd, but it's funny. So Getis is all like, "You must liberate your Pokemon," and then all of a sudden, we just cut to Tepig chowing down on an orange berry. It's so out of place
Yeah, it is.
because it's like he seems pretty chill with people right now. he's vibing. Like Tepig was a whole vibe in this episode.
Tepig was just trying to be the cutest little thing it can be, man. But most importantly,
it's just like-
they
it's just
show
like-
up. Oh, go on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's just like, what if Hilda just went down like, Tepig, are you unhappy? I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. More orange berries, please. I don't know what the fuck he's on some weird shit.
Yeah, the Tepig I don't give a fuck moment.
It's just so completely contrary to what he's saying. He's saying like Pokemon are miserable with people. Meanwhile, we cut the Tepig vibing. Like the fuck.
Also, yeah, we needed the Ferris wheel scene. That's honestly one of the things they cut off from this episode that should have made it better, honestly. The Ferris wheel. If they had that
And
shit
add
in
it
there,
to
that
the-
would have been great.
You need to add to the shipping fodder.
Oh, God. But this episode really is remarkable. The amount of detail.
No, because we pay only $2.99 for it. That's why we never get the ship.
And we talk about the fucking battle between Aldrin. Oh!
I'm so glad we actually got to see that, though.
It looks so good.
And it was like 2 minutes, man.
Combine this episode with the Generations episode with Black and White. Oh my god! Oh, just make a fucking show. Why are you doing this? And then combine that with the trailers for Black and White too. Oh my god! Oh, so good. Had no business being that good. No business.
And also, praise, and this is still weird to say every single time an episode comes out, praise Goldfarb as well for his music.
Don't praise Goldfarb. Praise Masafumi Mima because he knows how to fucking mix the music.
Yeah, I'm saying, but the music
hire
that
him,
company.
hire him, and kick out the freaking $20 guy that's doing the current dub series.
I love that even though Ann is using a legendary Pokemon, Volcarona doesn't go down easy. Like
It puts up a fight. It's a champions
It's
mod.
a fucking fight. Like, oh my god, it was so good. Just make a fucking show. Like, why are you doing this to us? Stupid.
Every single time.
But here's the thing: the OLM team that does this does the regular anime, so it's the same shit.
Unfortunately,
it's high quality.
they have to keep it that way, and that's why we
Make
only
it
get these
seasonal.
web series
Make
instead.
it seasonal. Make it fucking seasonal. People can wait. Make it seasonal.
No. Japan Rail cannot make it wait because they're investing.
Yeah.
Again, make it seasonal. You can do it.
There's always a loophole.
Yeah,
I
I'll
mean,
say-
that's how
no,
they did
no,
Twilight Wings.
Sounds like excuses. Make it seasonal. Pop in about 10 good episodes, wait for a couple, maybe a year, then make another season. Make it seasonal. I'm not accepting that.
I mean, instead of just doing this evolutions with every generation, instead of just doing that, just do evolutions Kanto, evolutions Johto. Like, actually make it those episodes. You know?
Because here's the thing. Because here's the thing. The TV Tokyo is not backing this. TV Tokyo has to back the other one to make the investors happy.
Yeah, this is all done by TPC's hand here.
Yeah, TPC
Oh.
is in direct hand.
This is the true power of what would happen if they made a legit, like, straight up Pokemon anime. Like, the original Pokemon, like, the Pokemon anime we got isn't on the same tier as this.
Now,
It's
just
just
think
not.
of it like this.
course
Think of it
not.
like the Spider-Man and Sony situation. Unfortunately, it's given to them to work on the rights for that shit. So, yeah, so TPC can only do as much as like what we see here. Sadly,
Man,
that's
TV
just kind of the
Tokyo.
shit that kind of has
I'm
to happen.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not buying it.
No,
No,
I mean
of
it's
course you
literally
can't.
shown right there in person, buddy. Why do you think Twilight Wings? Why do you think Generations? Why do you think
Yeah, but you're making
Evolutions were
all of
all
these
web series, not TV
again.
series?
Exactly, but you're making all. You've made so many at this point. That's time that could have been spent just making a
Oh no, no,
fucking.
no! I'm not denying that. I'm not denying that at all. I'm just saying you have to understand why there will never be like an actual 20-minute seasonal shit web series of this sort
No.
because they can't. Well, I mean they can, but
I
it's
would
just
say yeah,
more
they
so
definitely can.
they
Yeah,
just I don't know if they ever will. I should add to that,
yeah,
but
they
that's
don't
just
want
up onto
to. Yeah,
them. But
there's a
clearly they
difference
show they
between can and
care.
want to.
They care about the lore. They care about this shit. They care about everything. The details. The anime directors, the animators they get for these choices are great. Like you saw that with Twilight Wings as well. Like the staff that worked on that episode is incredible. But the point of the matter is, like, in terms of like getting a traditional
Yeah, but
anime season though, Tyrone, at least on television or anything tied to networks and stuff like that,
because
we ain't
you have
ever
to
gonna see
remember.
that shit.
Yeah, because you have to remember that you
Seeing
have
way
to
too
remember
many
you,
excuses and not enough
no
results.
because what you have to remember is well, in normal times Pokemon has a year-round series. It's not like 13 episodes and done and take a break for fucking a year and a half and then do another one. No, it's not that.
I'm
You
not
have
even
to
saying it can take the place of the series that we got now. We can still keep that. I don't give a shit about that. This is the true potential of a Pokemon anime. Use it.
Yeah, I know.
Rad
I
Ambassador is
don't care if
actually
it
right.
follows
There's
the
no
game line
money.
or not. Just
There's no money
do
in
it.
it.
What do you
There's
mean there's no fucking money in it? People would literally.
Always want the money.
I literally see so many people on Pokemon Facebook groups, on fucking Twitter, and on
Yeah.
fucking YouTube
And how many people
praising
and how many people is that? What, 20,000 out of fucking.
That's millions of people. You know how
Yeah,
many
but
people would invest in a Pokemon anime like this of this quality?
the rain says otherwise, Tyrone.
I'm seeing too many excuses. This is Pokemon. It's not like they're short on money.
No, it's not about short on money. It's just
No,
more so
it's
the
just
business perspective.
it's the administrators. You have to remember that the
I'm not
Pokemon
buying
anime.
it. Not
Well,
buying it.
good for you because that's how fucking Japan works.
Or
I-
just
again,
business
like I
in
said,
general.
that's
Like I told you
laziness.
before, like with
Do you know how to run a
Spider-Man and
business?
Marvel, like
Like-
even though they own Spider-Man, that doesn't necessarily mean they can do things film with Spider-Man unless
Yeah,
they make
because
some
you have
sort
to
of
also
agreement.
remember it's not just the decision of a couple of companies. You have to have
They're
the
making
81
these, so
produce.
obviously they can be made. So that's not even in the question. They made fucking what was the damn show called? The damn
Twilight Wings.
no, the one with Red.
Yes.
Fucking Origins. Oh, they made Origins.
Yeah, that's 4 episodes.
Again, they can get okay. Add 6 more to that. They can do it.
How is they supposed to make toys to promote that?
What the hell? What about the other shows that they do this shit for? It's Pokemon. It sells its fucking self.
Yeah, but
I've given up on everything.
it's you got to
You look
remember
at a
that
marketing textbook. You look at a marketing textbook and don't see Pokemon. It was made before the year 2000.
Entertainment is not a democracy.
But guess what? Tommy has been making the toys since the fucking beginning. So that's the whole point. They have a track record.
Even this, okay, it's okay. We'll use that example.
Where's the evolution toys? Where are the fucking red?
I was gonna say, what was the point of even making evolutions then?
The point of evolutions is no, that's incorrect. The thing is though, that's a series
What's
celebrating
incorrect?
the
The
25th
question I
anniversary.
just asked.
No, I'm rating that as 0, but I'm also gonna rate it as you can't make toys out of this because they already exist as a video game, and it's like where the fuck is the money in that? It's like TPCI invested money for
They
this.
decided to make evolutions though. They made that choice.
Side project. Yeah, it's a side project.
Okay, then the side project will have 10 episodes, wait a season, and 10 more episodes, and just keep it going like a regular anime.
Also, you
It's
got to
possible.
remember this was made to celebrate the 25 years of Pokemon.
Yeah, 25 years of Pokemon.
And again, I still stand behind the fact that they can make a side anime. They've done shit like this before.
Yeah, but when was the last time that we had it? Fucking Twilight
Origins
Rings
was really it.
Origin, or yeah, because the other ones weren't even.
Chronicles was like decades.
Chronicles is fucking 2002 to 2004, dude.
My point being, they could do it.
Actually, wasn't there like controversy going on with Chronicles? If I recall correctly, something about like Ash not being there or something like that.
Oh, that shit.
Like if it was canon or not?
Yeah, but you have to remember that it was all part of like the whole Pokemon Hosokoku.
Yeah,
by the way, taking
this time slot for it. It was just
by the way, while we're on that subject, congratulations to Pokenji for surpassing Pokemon Sunday as the most episodes in a Pokemon variety series. They're at 311, and they've been running now for 6 years. And actually, the funny thing is, Shokotan and Alberedo-kun freaking retweeted our tweet on PM.net. PM.net's Twitter.
Look at that, a world of retweets. But overall, in general, Tyron, I completely understand. I would love for them to do it. But unfortunately, this particular year, when we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the series as a whole, we only have to accept this. Now, mind you, this doesn't mean that it won't happen in the future.
5 years,
they did that with Twilight Wings, which was pretty much the entirety of Galar's... Well, not the entirety of Galar stories, but it was focused in Galar. They could do that again.
And it was not made by OLM.
Yeah, it was made by a different studio at the time. So who knows? Will they do that again? We don't know necessarily, but they could maybe.
Going in and doing this work. Like I said, I'm only saying this because out of every amount of content that we get, with the exception of the maybe Origin, every time they do something like this, it's so impressive. It's so good. And it just makes you go, wait a minute. They've done this how many times? This many times? Shouldn't they invest in actually making a show? Oh, they're not going to? They're just going to tease us with these 8-minute bullshit things?
Yeah, because they actually have control over it, not freaking...
the whole damn thing. It feels very, like, out of place and a weird waste of potential.
Yeah, but you have to remember that the Pokemon anime is a TP Tokyo anime through and through. It's not a project that TPCI owns wholly.
Again, like I said,
they can do the web series. They just can't do a TV anime series. That's the thing.
I'm not.
There's no alternative. There's no way to work around it. This is the only option. Even TPC acknowledges why I think they've been doing these.
Rat Ambassador makes the whole point. The entertainment industry is not a democracy. Fans don't vote. Gets what made. That's why Hollywood sucks, and that's why sometimes the Japanese anime scene sucks too. Because we do not have a say in any of this shit.
That sucks.
It does. It really does.
But that's why corporate money. That's why corporate money, investors, and TV stations are the reason why.
Don't even make the shorts then, if that's the case. Then don't make the shorts.
How's level 5 Yokai Watch get away with that? The answer to that is level 5 owns the music, they own the characters, and TV Tokyo and OLM do the animation, and also Dents as well. They level 5 owns like everything of that IP, and including the anime series because they don't have like 7 different companies investing in it.
Yeah.
If you look at any sort of promotional material for the Pokemon anime, there's like 8 fucking companies that are investing in
TV.
Then don't even make
Tokyo,
the short. Don't tease us with your potential then. Don't even entertain the idea. If that's the case, then get rid of it. Because at this point, you're trying to get your cake and eat it too, and it's like you can't do that.
Yeah, Donnie's right, because level 5 does things with their IP that technically TPCI can't do with theirs because they unfortunately
sucks so much.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sucks so much we live in this current era like that.
And he said, so they've been testing the water for 8 years. At this point, the water's lukewarm. It's like, get it.
Why is this shit not cold?
Exactly. Like, don't. If there's so much legal binding behind it, then don't even entertain the idea.
The thing is though, you have to remember that they're actually using the characters that they own. Satoshi is not a Game Freak character.
Sadly,
so that's why we will never get that, because the thing is like it's the difference between that, because they're basing it off of video game lore, which Game Freak and
You can
TPCI
make a
own the fuck.
Netflix series. I wouldn't mind a Netflix series. That's not TV.
Explain it more. Well, we're gonna be here for another 5 hours, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. My point being,
Maybe during a Persona stream.
My point being, I like these, but that's why I hate them. Is because you've given me the potential Pokemon has, but I'll never receive the full potential. So it's at this point, it's just an unnecessarily delicious sample that I'm eating of a food that will never be made.
Pretty much. Here we go. I found it. The copyright holders. This is gonna surprise you. Are Nintendo, Creatures Inc., Game Freak, TV Tokyo, Showpro, JR Kikaku, and Pokemon, of course, themselves. They are different brands entirely in this shit.
JR Kikaku is the advertising division of Japan Rail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why JR East has all of the stamp rallies every year.
And I think that's why the animated series will continue to be something that will always stay tied to TV Tokyo in Japan and whatnot.
Yes.
But I do think that the live action shit is still kind of up in the air, which is why they're doing the live action. I know. I'm just saying that this is the reasoning as to why we got stuff like this.
A show like this, run 10 episodes on Netflix, then do a season, 10 episodes, and then just keep that going. That would be fine. I would be all on board for that.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's Netflix, then you don't have to worry because it's its own little hub. But
remember when they did that with the beginning of Journeys, calling it a Netflix original?
Oh, that. But at this point, it's very clear, like you said, just they're gonna blow.
You got like 8 companies to fight against, buddy.
Yeah, they're not serious about making it.
I understand everything you're saying, the criticisms, the complaints, everyone understands it. But unfortunately, and this is the suckiest thing about it, money talks. That's just the genuine, honest truth.
Money talks sadly, for $1 billion company.
Yeah, for $1 billion company. The highest selling company too, like in terms of like making profit, because we learned that they actually somehow dethroned Star Wars and shit like that before. Recently through like the information we got like of how many products these companies sold and whatnot. Pokemon was up there. But unfortunately, things like these, I don't know if we'll ever get a chance to see something like
old
this again in the
Japanese,
future.
and also Japanese with the old mentality. They're very strict, and they're not going to move from their position.
That's why for a long ass while, I don't know if anyone knows about this, back in the day, Square Enix and Nintendo, because of some older ups back then, that's why Square Enix and Nintendo never got to have games come out during the GameCube and the Wii for like a good ass while. Until those people left, and then Nintendo was able to finally get relationships with them again.
Yeah.
So shit like that. Unfortunately, it's sad that it exists, that these kind of influences kind of exist.
But Hollywood, but to be fair, Hollywood is the same way.
No, yeah, of course. But in regards to the conversation we're having currently, it sucks that this is what we have to go through. You know. So,
yeah, of course.
Once again, I want it. I would love to see it. I would not even complain about it. But the fact that we have to work, or not we, but they have to work around so much shit just to make it happen, or even just make a web series, like Tyrone said, just make a web series, that I'm pretty confident that'll be fine. But like, we'll see what happens moving forward. Will it succeed? Will it not? I don't know. I hope it does. I would love for it to succeed, because then that means they'll probably start producing more later down the road. Maybe when the Gen 5 remake comes out, then they'll make a series based around it. But at that point, they don't want to spoil the games. I don't know what the fuck they're going to try to do. So, we'll see what happens. That's the only thing I can say right now, Tyrone. It's just wait and find out. Which I'm pretty confident you heard those sentences fly by through you many times before in the past. So.
Yep.
Overall, I guess the best thing to say was, great episode. Now, there's more. It sucks. It really does.
Nah, make everybody mad.
I know. Hey, let's keep that madness going. Why don't we? Let's go talk about the recent episode of PM 2019 then.
Yeah, let's go.
All right then. So, chat, I'm going to give you a bit of a heads up right now. I feel we're going to be here for a good while. for
Yeah.
obvious reasons,
boy.
because there is a lot of people in this call right now, as in 4 people. That's one more than 3.
Oh, one last tidbit
Yeah.
about evolutions, just
Sure.
real quick. I think it's fun. How in episode 4 of Evolutions, N has Zekrom, right?
Yes.
But in Generations, he has Reshiram.
Which
Isn't
is
that cool?
yeah,
Isn't
like
that cool?
it's like
I
an
like
alternate
that.
universe, really, kind of.
Yeah, because that's Black and White's whole thing any damn way. Isn't that cool? I like that.
Yes.
Cool. All right, we can move forward now.
All right then.
Okay.
Chat, let's get into this week's episode of PM 2019, titled, I honestly don't remember, but I think it was like Lucario Night, something Mega Island, if I recall correctly. I fucking closed the tab as I was getting this shit up, and I now lost it. I had everything set up here. All right, here we go. I think I found it right now. The Lucario Knight's Adventure on Mega Island. Let's quickly talk a little bit about the summary, and then we'll get into the review. So, having received the keystone from Courtney, aka Karina, Satoshi heads for Mega Island to get a Lucario Knight, the Mega Stone necessary for Mega Evolution. That's required, of course, for Mega Evolving. Will Satoshi and Lucario be able to strengthen their bonds and learn Mega Evolution? They also go into more details about how it's going to shape up to be all that, but we talked about that in the past. We only wanted to talk briefly about the summary. Now then, let's get into the actual episode itself. And the best way I can say this episode, when I first watched it, I said the episode was just simply okay. It wasn't fantastic. It wasn't good. It wasn't horrifyingly bad. It was just okay. And then I watched the episode again.
Uh-oh.
And
Why'd you do that shit, AG?
because they're like, listen, I've always mentioned it before. When I watch an episode the first time during reactions, there's going to be a lot of things I don't see the first time around. So I have to rewatch it again, and then I have to make sure that certain bits that I might have not been cleared with were now cleared up thanks to the second rewatch. Unfortunately, when I watched it a second time, my experience with this episode went from an okay to downright, no, I'm not really enjoying this episode. And
Yep.
it got, like, the best way I can summarize Ash's and Lucario's adventure in this episode feels more like as if Satoshi and Lucario were character of the days and this was their plot, and then they were going to disappear after this episode. Like, this episode felt like a character of the day kind of plot.
I love Emmy. There it be.
There it be.
There it be.
There it be. It is what it is. But nah, in all sincereness,
There it be.
I really began to slowly dislike this episode more and more. And when I began to think about the fact that Ash is finally doing a Mega Evolution, I thought to my head, oh my god, this is going to be great. We've been wanting to see something like this from Ash for so many years. Now we could see like the main Kanto trio, which is still cool to still think about. But I don't feel at all excited about it. Like, it's going to happen. We know it's going to happen. And everyone's probably going to go nuts on Twitter.com. But like, when I see it, I'm just like, okay. Like, I don't feel excited for this. This just felt so generic. This was a plot that I feel could have worked, but didn't work at all. At least for Ash and Lucario, because of the whole strengthening their bonds and shit and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm not feeling any of it because I've never got a chance to see much of these two in action throughout the series, you know? After that evolution, Lucario really got sidelined for a majority of it and didn't really show up again until, what was it, in recent episodes anyway, where he got to do one of his cool Bond phenomenon moments by locating a fish underwater with its aura. Cool. And then, of course, the battle it had against Volkner in the Diamond and Pearl episode.
Ignored paralyzation.
Yeah, well, he brushed it off. You know, like he extracted the paralysis.
Which is funny for this episode.
Yeah, so that's
your
my issue with this.
Suddenly is a problem now.
This is my big issue with this episode overall. It just didn't feel satisfying at all. It like I'm happy he got it, but at the same time, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't
Yes,
feel I don't feel that genuine excitement that I would when I would see these kind of scenes happen. You know, like when we saw
TSS,
Ash Greninja for the first time and we got to see that
What?
unfold, it was about the
1 second,
narrative.
TSS.
Oh,
TSS, I'm requesting to go last on this one. Is that fine?
That is fine with me.
Yeah, because this is technically XY episode 142.
yeah.
Okay. Sure.
All right.
So, well, yeah, we'll get
I
to
can
that in a
go.
minute. And I think that's going to be my biggest issue of all as well. Thank you for bringing that up, Tyron. And I'm not sure if you'll
Mhm.
bring it up too.
I
This
will.
isn't something about Journeys. Unfortunately, this is something that Journeys has to suffer with that other generations have had to go through as well. And that is the fact that this series is built upon 20 plus years of history behind its back. And for a story that's supposed to also take back elements from the past and incorporate them into the storyline in the current timeline, it unfortunately makes those past encounters we've seen characters go through with Mega Evolution feel much more uh, disappointing because it's like you see these characters, for example, like Karina and her arc and whatnot unfold, and you saw those many episodes play out before the eventual fight between her and Ash, right?
Six or
And
six
that build up was
episodes.
beautiful. That shit was great, and that's what made that gym fight so satisfying when it finally came
Yeah.
to a closure because you saw all of that journey leading up to that. And then you also have characters like Alon, if you recall, who also stitched the whole Mega Ring and Mega Stone and tried to go and locate it for himself as well. And we left it on a very ambiguous note where he managed to travel somewhere for it too, you know? But he went through his story arc to get to that point. Here in this episode, you want to know what Ash did? Yo, I don't know why, but suddenly I have an interest to suddenly mega evolve my Lucario because I think Karina did that. If we go to her gym, we could see her do that. Like there wasn't no natural
PG.
build up to that moment. It was like
Good
more
job.
so we just found ourselves here in the middle of the Kalos region. Let's go and see what Karina's up to, and also let's go and see Mega Evolution unfold. And also, hey, conveniently, there just so happens to be an island just literally right by the corner of our Shalor city that Lucario was able to sense. Let's go over there and get that Lucario night, right? Okay, sure. And yeah, that's just pretty much it. I really did not like how this episode was handled, in my opinion. I feel like there was just a lot of inconsistencies, a lot of character things that I don't enjoy, but I will give praise where praise is due in certain aspects of the show. In my opinion, I really loved Karina in this episode. I loved how certain moments in this episode, Karina is like completely unfazed by some of the shit they're doing in this episode, which I thought was great. Like when they're bouncing in the giant ass lily pads and everybody else is like shocked and whatnot, and Karina over here just has like a blank stare going on. Just completely unfazed by the fact that she's on top of these lily pads, or simply just having some joy scolding Ash every now and then by saying, "Hey Ash, focus, put some attention. You do realize why we're here, right?" And Ash would just be joking around in the background. Things like that I enjoy. Especially from Karina's character, this felt like a genuine, natural. Well, this is supposed to be common, but like at least in Journeys anyway, this felt like a natural change of style for Karina's character in this episode than when we saw her back in episode 25 or 26. I forgot which episode number it was.
25.
25. So
20,
yeah.
25.
Point of the matter is, I liked this Karina. This Karina in Journeys, I liked a lot. And yeah, she was great all around. So music choice as well, fantastic in this episode. A lot of new choices, especially there was like a remix of a particular track in this episode too, from one of the Journeys OST. So that was also nice to hear. And yeah, that's pretty much all I could say for now. Once again, this is another situation where we have to wait for the next episode to see how that's going to tie into this episode, because apparently Karina's Lucario is in next week's episode, so that means Karina herself will probably be involved in some way, shape, or form. Not necessarily sure how, but that's a thing we have to keep an eye on for when we get into next week's episode. But I just feel kind of disappointed that the big part that I've been wanting to see is going to once again be done in off-screen land. At least a majority of it. I think like 10% we'll see, but like everything else will probably be off-screen land if things are looking the way they are in the previews that we saw so far. So once again, I'll keep that very ambiguous for now because I don't know what the hell the story is going to do moving forward with this next episode. But for me, if I had to give a rating, I would like to give it a 4. At first, I found it as a 7, but as time passed on, I personally found it to be worse during the second round, and because of that, I went from a 7 to a 4. But that's just my opinion. At the end of the day, though, yeah, so that's just my take on it. And unfortunately, it's because this episode ties into the next episode. We don't get to see the Mega Evolution story play out. We don't get to see all of that unfold. It feels like they're just going to rush through that shit. And then when we get into the to the next big fight, because there's no gap. That's the thing. There's no gap between this episode and the fight. There's gonna be like a couple of minutes because they clearly showcased that Karina's Lucario is gonna be there. But like in terms of like a story progression for Ash and Lucario, it's just sort of
narratively, this is a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Well, there's going to be something I'm going to be talking about that nobody fucking talks about because they did not see the sponsor plug at the end of the episode because most people watch the fucking the online
regular
version.
online version,
yes,
and not the other one.
Yes, and I'm going to bring that up when I talk.
Yeah, I expected you because nobody translated that from what I saw online at all. So that's unfortunate. But yeah, that's my take on it. I do want to pass it though to Polly because I don't know how long Polly will have a chance to stay on.
Yeah, she's gone. Yeah, please.
So if Polly want to give an opportunity to talk about this week's episode as well, this would be a perfect opportunity for you to do so, buddy.
She's dead. Oh.
Ah, shit.
What? No, I'm here.
Oh, wait. Did you... Okay, quick question, because I see you tweet about this. Did you even watch this week's episode of Journeys?
I did. I watched it. I watched it subbed. I haven't waited.
So now I want to hear your take on this episode.
I liked it.
Okay, sure.
Very good.
Explain, though. I would like to understand why.
Go ahead.
You know what the irony is?
Sure.
I still, to this day, have not watched Karina's original arc in X
What the fuck is your problem?
But I've seen both Karina cameos in Journeys.
That's actually an interesting perspective to look at with this episode because you're not understanding her character from beforehand because you've never seen it, so therefore your first impression is Journeys.
I don't know. I love this show to death. Yeah, I watch
all right,
it
Polly, you and I are gonna watch all the Karina episodes, including the gym fight. Come on. We'll schedule it. Don't worry. Don't worry.
When did Terrell get here?
He's just typing in the background.
He's been here every week, always.
Yeah, of course.
No, I mean, they were entertaining in their own right. Like, oh my gosh, I died laughing at there was little moments here. Like, what I liked is that it was wholesome, had a little bit of action, a good build up to next week, but then there were also the funny comedic moments. So I love when Go and Lucario accidentally fall on top of the camera and they literally light their asses on fire.
Yeah.
I love Gherkin and if I remember correctly, Kuro made this reference to an actual card that exists in the TCG. Gherkin was dressed up as the thing from that card. If I
make evolution sage?
Kuro, you're actually in the chat. Could you elaborate on what Polly was trying to say? But continue on, buddy.
Yeah, so and then it's like finally they made my dream come true of just referencing the aura because I was like, please Journeys, that's all I want. From that beginning episode of hatching the real egg to now, I'm like, please give us more aura stuff. Because that's the continuity that I'm looking for. And it was just so amazingly done. I love the animation in that scene when they're calling each other and fighting each other. Yeah. I also loved the animation in this episode. It was just very, very pretty with the aura spheres in particular. And what's the pink thing? Shit.
The pink thing.
Pink
There's a
thing.
there's a pink move. Somebody used a pink move. I can't remember. I'm half asleep. But it looked really pretty.
Pink
Okay.
move,
Like
pink
I
move.
watched 10 episodes in a row yesterday, and then Journeys today. There's moves up the wazoo. They're crammed in my brain right now.
Probably
Side
side
beam.
is
There's
what
side
Chad
beam.
said.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
Mhm.
Yes, that was really cool. And colliding with the aura sphere, it just looked really really nice. There music wise, we got some new tracks. I'm sure TSS will touch on this later. But there was one that kind of sounded like an elevator theme when they were on the boat. I'm like, this is
Was that
cool.
one that where they were doing the flashbacks as well? To
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, that's the one that threw me the fuck
that's-
off. I'm gonna be
It's
honest
a
with
little
you.
misplaced, to be honest, but it's a nice theme. It's just like, I don't know if it belongs in that type of scene, but I guess Hayashi wise, maybe, but like
Like when you listen to the song as is, you maybe, but like when you actually attach it to that scene, it feels out of place at certain points.
I don't think so.
We'll see though.
Overall, I liked it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week. It made me excited genuinely about next week. And I will say I'm glad that we didn't get the Mega Evolution.
Yes.
I did not want to see it in a build-up episode. I'd rather see it in front of thousands of people in the crowd in Galar against B, like in a bigger scenario, like a
larger stage. Yeah.
Yeah, basically when it's all tense and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's my.
All right. So what would
What's
you
your
give
rating?
it? Yeah, a ranking like from a 1 to a 10. What would you give this episode?
Let's give it a 7.
Okay, so you took my 7th position. All right, so for the most part, though, it is interesting to at least get it from a perspective of somebody who's never watched the X and Y series the way like others have, so which is complete. So
one day.
I mean,
Look,
you
I
said that
finally-
for DP, and that day finally came. So congrats on that part. Now we gotta wait for you, for you to do
1
BW.
year.
Polly liked Diamond and Pearl to begin with. She's openly stated she doesn't like XY.
No, she says that, but she didn't even finish
XY
DP.
is gonna be pulling teeth. Oh man.
See, look at this shit.
I'm gonna have to watch
Not
it.
instilling any confidence.
When we're all 40, she's gonna give her opinion on XY.
Yep.
Well, I'm the closest, so start counting.
But for the most part, though, I will admit it is still kind of cool to see that kind of perspective because most of us, if not all of us, had seen the series leading up to where we're at right now, where you kind of are like more of a new viewer, we could say, who hasn't seen any of the previous ones, or at least haven't completed seeing any of the other ones. So to get your perspective and seeing Karina here in this series and not from where she originated from kind of is interesting because you had to go into it in a way completely blind. So it was nice to see your take on this one, Polly. Even if our scores may disagree, it is still at the end of the day something I appreciate seeing from a different point of view. So thanks for your score on that one. Once again, to remind everybody, mine was a 4, Polly's was a 7. TSS, now I pass this one on to you, buddy. Take it away and elaborate in regards to what it is that you personally enjoyed or disliked from this episode, whichever way you go.
Okay, so first of all, as a person who did watch XY, I love this episode, and let me tell you why. So, from a narrative perspective, it's nice to see finally. First of all, we have the corny freaking the Mega Evolution pose with all the kanji in there. I was trying to figure out the guy who had the Haribog, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, the Quilladin. But
I thought that was a reference to something.
Yeah, but no. I was talking about the guy who is the guy voicing it because he was not credited, so it had to be one of the other people. Maybe it might have been the guy who voices like Satoshi's Lucario or something. I have to look because that voice sounds so familiar. He sounded like another Pokemon. Yeah, that OC character that was in there. Yeah. So anyway, so continuing on. What I really liked about the whole thing is that it actually channels kind of what happens in the XY games, where Karina gives Satoshi the glove, the actual glove with the keystone on it. I did like that he actually elaborated on how Mega Evolution works. So that's actually they did a lot better job than fucking SM25. That's for shit sure. Where they just fucking threw Mega Evolution without fucking explaining it. Okay. Now we have 3 new tracks in this episode, including another one which is a remix of a track. I think actually might have been a new track as well. So we had the one while they were on the boat, which I personally liked. I liked that they did one for that flashback one. It was kind of like a lo-fi music, and I liked that. That was actually pretty. It was a different kind of mood, but I enjoyed that. The second new track is when let's see, Hiapu used Rain Dance. Because that was after they fall onto the Camerupt. So that was pretty cool. And the third new one was during the aura kind of section. And the fourth one is during the battle where they get the keystone. Yeah, 4 new ones and 4 Miyazaki. Yes, that's correct. And actually, it's funny that they actually started with movie 15 music to start the episode off. It's like that's a huge swerve. Actually, I like that. And as Filippo mentioned in the PM chat as well, it's the last Pikachu Records one, but it's also the first realistic one for SME. So it's nice to see that we get literally the beginning of what music they could potentially use in terms of licensing. So it's pretty cool. I like that. I like that portion. And now let's get to the meat and potatoes of it. In terms of a narrative, in terms of pacing for this episode, it's one of the better later ones that we've seen. There really wasn't any wasted time. All of the scenes kind of meshed well together, in my opinion. The one, especially the one where they're trying to chase the Sableye and they fall through, they fall down the glacier, they fall down the ice, they fall down the hill and almost get killed. And then that transitions to we get Flygon and Dragonite out to save them, but also Pikachu throwing the fucking Pokeballs. That's one of the best shit in this series. I mean, let's fucking mention that. I mean that, and also the animation. That and yes, I'm gonna make a fucking XY reference because the fucking aura thing reminded me of Jobber Frog during XY, XY where we had XY and Z where we had the vision that Satoshi had in his head, after the Volkner fight and shit. So that, but in terms of like animation for that specific scene where the aura and then you see them both see each other, and then they see the keystone together. That's some of the best work that we have seen in this series so far. Also, I like Chibi Go. Like I genuinely like when it's like in a running sequence. I know this is like the second time that they did it, but I do love seeing Go Chibi. It's really entertaining. Also to see like a rain dance cloud like as they run, that's kind of fun to watch. Also in addition to that, we also had but once we get to the climax where they find the Lucario Knight, that was pretty fucking good. Oh yeah, by the way, go caught a fucking Camerupt, so we can hear Marina Eichholz get her $10. So that's fine. Get 323. We're in Mazda land now. So finally we get to the climax, and this battle was only to try to grab the keystone, the Lucario Knight. This was not meant to be like an actual fight between the two of them. It was just a fight to try to get the Lucario Knight. And as far as that goes, that did its purpose and it did its job. And as Polly said, it's great that they didn't have Lucario do the Mega Evolution, because it will throw everything out of the window. Now, let's get to the part where a lot of people haven't seen, because because in the outro sponsor plug, it says Sandome no Shojiki vs Saito, which is the third battle, the third battle between, or the third competition between versus Saito. And the second one says Satoshi to Lucario Mega Shinka ni no. No is written out in English. So that means that there's going to be a problem. That Mega Evolution is not going to work right away. So I can't wait for that. That's gonna be the real key. They're not just gonna say, "Oh, Mega Evolution, let's fucking use it," and then boom, done. Ha ha. No, they're actually gonna present a problem, and that's what I'm waiting for next week. So for that, with that being said, this episode was well paced. I really liked Karina in this episode, and I really liked the progression. Like I said, the whole journey to get the Lucario Knight was really good. So, and even on the second watch, it still remained the same for me. So, with that, combined with the great musical choices and good pacing, I will give this one a 9.4. Can't wait for next week. Also, by the way, before we hand it off to Tyrone, this week's episode also debuted the second version of the dance version of Super Effective Type, where it has 2 animation errors at the end. So the second version, what it does is it adds Pikachu and Grookey at the bottom of the screen, in the same kind of anime poses that they do in the regular version of the ending. Including at the Nazu glasses Pikachu, but at the end, the end part, they edited it wrong where Pikachu is shown, because at the end, as you recall, at the end of Super Effective Type, you have Pikachu, holding the Poke Flute up to its chest, and then it uses its right hand, and it pulls it out of the way. Somebody apparently forgot to edit the last animation because they actually accidentally left one frame of it moving out, but it didn't happen just once, it happened twice. And for some reason, it happened on an interlace frame, so it looks like a garbage frame, but it actually isn't. So that's an actual error that was in the original broadcast. I'm hoping they will fix that for next week on the broadcast edition, but there you go. There's your exclusive shit, 9.4 out of 10.
I'm just surprised you caught the frame, is what I like to say.
Yeah, because I dig deep into this shit.
Mm-hmm. You dig into stuff nobody would have done it. So for that, I applaud you, TSS. And once again, what was your score, TSS?
9.4.
9.4. Okay.
Yes.
No, I just wanted to say, going back to the Miyazaki music in here, I was like, we're not getting any Sararin callbacks in here.
There was one callback people were going for, and that was the crystals. That was in the area where they got the Lucario Knight, and people were saying that kind of looked a lot like Movie 8's crystals.
Yeah. No,
but that was like a stretch in my end. In terms of music.
I meant the music. We're getting no Sararin theme.
No. We already know the reasoning. Unless Miyazaki had somehow made music that led up to like post reboot era, then maybe we could have. Sadly, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
No. TSS, was there anything else you would like to elaborate, or shall we pass this one?
Yeah, let's go to Tyrone so we can give it a 0 out of 10. And let's go to fuck home.
Damn, you just assumed he would have disliked the episode. There's sometimes
this is a weird PokePod. How do the people who dislike XY the most give it the highest score? And
Furries does a bad job of portraying X and Y shit, so naturally it'd be in reverse.
Yeah.
Also, I'm the one who really dislikes it, if anything.
Yeah, but you liked it a while ago.
No, I liked it.
And thank you, and I want to say thank you guys for the support.
Yes, everybody's got their sides.
Good.
There's no clear answer.
Cool.
And once again, just to elaborate, everybody, because we need to make sure we say this, because I know sometimes people
we're friends.
Aside from us being friends, I'm mostly referring to the fact our opinions are simply our own. We do not wish to dictate or change your opinion on what you dislike or like about the episode. We just want to share ours because we have the platform to do so. So, now with that being said, me, Polly, and TSS have given our scores, and we will now pass it to Tyrone.
Time to eat. Time to go and eat my Girl Scouts chocolate-covered almonds.
Oh, man. That sounds delicious. I want some now. But
it is.
At this hour. Anywho, Tyrone, please take it away, buddy. I really want to hear your perspective. Because I know you are the X and Y, well, not fan, but stan. So I would like to see how you think of it.
All right.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
here's the thing. When we go to the beginning of the episode, KG already brought this point up where it comes out of nowhere, and I feel as though there could have been a simple solution to all of that at the beginning of the episode. So when Karina does her mega, first of all, that beginning is clearly, obviously, they're doing the animation from.
No, that is the exact same one.
Yeah, that's the exact same animation and shit. And I was in my brain, I'm like, oh shit, is this just the Karina fight again? What the fuck's happening? But when they go into it, and Ash immediately just decides, Lucario, you're gonna get stronger. Not sure why you chose that today. You had plenty of other times to do that, but I guess this is it. Remember that narrative thing I talked about that you learn in like 4th grade in literature, where it's like intro, rising action, climax, falling action, conclusion.
I feel like
This
a
jumps
sense of deja
straight
vu.
in. Yeah, this jumps straight into rising action with no introduction. And the introduction could have been avoided simply with this. If after Karina does her Mega Evolution, Ash could have been like, wow, Karina's Lucario gets really strong with Mega Evolution. And Lucario could have literally thought back to the fights that it lost. More recently, the Mewtwo fight and the Volkner fight. The 2 fights it actually ended up messing up on. A simple short flashback showing it getting knocked out by both of those would have been less than about, 5 seconds of just cutting to when Lucario loses to both of them. Could have had Lucario go, oh shit, that's right, yeah, I do need to get stronger. And that would have helped mitigate all of this. Because all of this feels completely out of place. Ash immediately just jumps into this thinking, you're gonna Mega Evolve Lucario. Because when we were talking about this, I always assumed that B was gonna show off her Gigantamax Machamp first, then Lucario would go, oh crap, I need to get stronger. Then we would get into the Mega Evolution stuff in Shalor. But all of that's not done at all. We get it in reverse. Lucario gets stronger and then fights off against B in the next episode. So it's like everything's flipped on its ass.
You know what I was also hoping for? Sorry to interrupt, Taran. Because
Go
I also
ahead,
forgot
go.
to miss. You know what also would have been interesting too? Because he brings up, oh, I need to bring my Mega Stone and my Z Ring for the Master Class, the top 8. I was thinking, wouldn't it have been great if, Cynthia had used Mega Evolution in the previous episode? Ash saw that and
And have
realized the
Garchomp,
challenges were still up and rising. So he also needed to step up the game too.
Yeah, when you and TSS, I'm gonna say this now. I'm not gonna compare it to XY. I'm comparing journeys to journeys. So in that, remember in the Sun and Moon episode where the Z Ring brothers or whatever come in and praise Ash for it, and they try to do Z moves and shit. Well, obviously the episode after that, Ash fights Volkner. And he uses a Z move, because in the last episode, they protruded to leading to that. Here, we don't get that situation. We get a situation that's completely in reverse and it's broken. Ash could have gotten Mega Evolution exposure beforehand, then challenged B. I mean, I would have even taken the Pokedex could have been like, yo, B is challenging you to a match in about 2 days. Then Ash goes, wait, B? Oh, I'm gonna have to get stronger. B made it into Master Class. And then we cut to him going to Shalor. At least then we have a causality as to why they're there. Having an intro to a plot with intro makes the plot feel disheveled. It makes it feel as though we're here simply because the show has decided now's the time. And this is the risk that you run when you run into a series that's episodic. You run into these things where, unfortunately, you're still following an overarching narrative, the Pokemon World Championship, but you've messed up because now the Pokemon World Championship is suddenly a priority rather than something that should have been a priority at gate. It's only a priority when the show needs it to be, and not a priority when the show has to be it. So, then once we cut through all of that, we immediately have Karina go, and I like Karina in this, but at the same time, she's basically useless. I mean, she gets her win off Quilladin, so you can't say Journeys has basically made her lose every damn fight at this point, so there you go.
But it's a Quilladin.
But it's a Quilladin. I mean, we sacrifice Quilladin, fine, whatever. Up to this point, though, Karina's there, But she doesn't even use her Lucario on that island. The only two who actually do any type of battling is Ash and Go. And if Karina's job is to be like a mentor, that's fine. But I wanted Karina to mostly hang out with Go if that's the case. She doesn't need to be with Ash for this one. She's had more than enough development with Ash to trust that Ash knows what to do. The trial is for Ash and Lucario. I wish Go and Karina had been there and been on their own little adventure to meet back up with Ash just in time for him and Lucario to fight the Mega Evolution Sage, which would have been a lot better because then it can show Go's interactions with Karina. Oh, and by the way, Go grabs Karina's hand before she falls off the cliff. Go ahead and make your shippings. Call it cliff shipping, I don't care. But, oh, but that can't work because apparently Go is, like, not hetero or something. I don't fucking know. The point being is that I wish Karina had spent most of her time with Go, and then they could have talked about Ash. Do you think Ash and Lucario will be alright? Oh, Ash is a strong trainer. I know. He helped me through my trial with Mega Evolution. So I know he'll get through this. And Go could have been like, huh, neat. There's more to Ash than I even thought, and every time I get impressed by him, I learn from his friends that he's even stronger than what I believe. And then she yells, yeah, don't worry, Ash and Lucario will be fine. Meanwhile, Ash and Lucario are going through the trials fighting Pokemon that have the ability to Mega Evolve. Salamence, Pidgeot, fucking Abomasnow, you know, getting through those little challenges to make their way to the Mega Evolution Sage. And then Go goes, huh, if Ash can be this strong, I can be this strong too. And then we get the camera up fight. And yes, I wanted to be an actual fight, not him just throwing a fucking Pokeball. And then they finally meet up in the same spot. Then Ash fights the Mega Evolution Sage. Now, TSS, I'm going to tackle this right now. I know you said the goal was to get the Lucario Knight and not to battle. It still fucking sucks. That is the worst fucking... And what you want to know what makes it worse? I can't remember who did it. Kudos to whoever. I think it's going to be someone in the chat. Someone literally put the clip of Karina's Mega Evolution trial against Blaziken alongside this one. And it made me so upset how good the Karina and Blaziken fight was. And their goal wasn't to beat Blaziken. It was to subdue Blaziken so that they can get the Lucario Knight. So knowing that, this fight still sucks ass. Because all they did was paralyze Lucario. And then after that, Gherkin does nothing. Him and Mega Alakazam literally sit there and just watch. Lucario's suffering through paralyzation, and they just watch. They just sit there and watch him. Literally all they do is stand there, and Lucario, like, just toughens out his paralyzation, and then he grabs the goddamn mustache and leapfrogs off of him to grab the Lucario Knight. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? This is our first major battle with Mega Alakazam, and this is what the fuck you show me? Are you kidding me?
Quote unquote battle.
Like, all this does is make Mega Alakazam look shitty. And I'm like, why? Like, what is this? I will say some good sides, though. There are some good sides. I did like the scene with Ash finding Lucario, and I like the music using. The music in this was really good, actually. Like, yeah, the music, you guys already covered it, so I didn't want to talk about it too much. But the music was top notch. But going back into it, another thing I didn't like, and this one doesn't seem as important, but I'm saying it just because comedy can play a very big role in narrative story writing. Don't tell Ash and Go that you're the Mega Evolution Sage. Let them lie in blissful ignorance. The joke is that Karina knows. That's funny. That works. It's her grandfather. Leave it to her grandfather to do some embarrassing, cringeworthy shit like this. That's funny. I like the idea that he's doing this and Karina knew the whole time because she had this blanked face while he was being like extra. Because this is probably the most fun this man has had in a while. I like the idea. If we had like, I don't know if we needed more time, they could have cut past it. But if we had cut to like them going back to Gherkin at the boat, And he's like, "Yo, how was the Mega Trials?" And Ash is like, "It's great. We met a Mega Evolution Sage and battled him for the Lucario Night." And he goes, "Man, that Mega Evolution Sage sure sounds powerful." And Karina be like, "Well, you would know, huh?" Like that is way funnier. But they blew their fucking load. They blew it. And now we don't get that moment. Because the element of surprise is completely ruined. Or you could have, instead of had him, Gherkin holding the ore, he could have held the goddamn spoon on accident because he forgot to completely change. It's a Mask Royal joke all over again. But they blew their load, so we wind up with less potential than we got. I liked the idea of Karina being embarrassed by her grandfather's shenanigans. I like the idea that we got to see parts of Karina that we didn't really even get to see, debatably in XY, but XY did a lot for Karina, like a lot. So it's good that we at least got a little bit extra. But here, it feels so disingenuous, and it feels like Ash and Lucario sort of just bum rushed this whole thing, simply because Ash has a need, and Lucario's just fits the bill. I've been hearing a lot of people on Twitter argue back and forth about Lucario's bond with Ash versus Ash's bond with Greninja. And I've been hearing an obscene amount of people say that Greninja's bond was worse than Ash's. And I'm like, as opposed to what? Riolu and Ash don't even have a continuing theme going for each other here. Ash in X and Y's whole theming was that he was competent, but he was too competent. So much to the point where everybody pretty much needed him, like looked up to him, and it brought pressure on him to perform more adequately than he normally would. So when he finally lost, he broke because he wasn't able to fulfill his promise that he has to a lot of people. When he lost the first time against Wulfric, he felt that he let Shota down. And when he lost to Wulfric, he felt that he also let Greninja down. People that look up to Ash were the ones that were looking forward to him winning. And thus when he loses, he breaks character. Not reminding himself of the fact that he didn't become a Pokemon trainer to just win every goddamn time. He became a Pokemon trainer because he loved Pokemon. And then when Greninja finally realized that, Greninja was like, "Oh, I need to stop using this trainer as a means to an end and start seeing him as a friend, win or lose." That was the point. It's the reason why Froakie ends up watching Ash and Clement battle in episode 1 and notices that Ash is very competent. Froakie was using Ash. Froakie abandoned a lot of trainers before Ash and joined Ash specifically because Ash is competent. So, with that being said, Ash used Froakie because Froakie was powerful and he was able to evolve into Ash Greninja, a much more powerful form than a traditional, and thus used that power to help him win. Greninja was using Ash for his competence as a trainer. Their relation started off parasitic, but it became symbiotic. That is a way better motif in storytelling than whatever the fuck Riolu went through. And you cannot convince me otherwise. There's no way in hell you can convince me otherwise. Riolu's had an amazing little bit of screen time, and then a little problem with Graplock for a little bit, and then after the Graplock situation, it faced no problems until it suddenly needed to evolve. Bum Rush evolved, by the way, in the Zacian and Zamazenta fight, and then immediately after that fight happens, we don't see Lucario have any competent fights again until Volkner. And then after that, it doesn't do shit else. And suddenly it just needs to get stronger because fuck it, the plot says it does now. And Gherkin's like, "You and Lucario have an amazing bond." And I'm just like, nah fam, they don't. They don't. Sorry to tell you, they don't.
I want to add a little bit real quick.
Go ahead.
I'm not a big fan whenever people compare a completed
Oh, of
story
course.
versus
I know.
an ongoing.
Yeah.
That always
Exactly.
ticks me off. That's why whenever people say, "Oh, rate OS to Journeys," and I'm like, I'll never include Journeys. Not because
Well,
it's bad or anything.
and
It's
you
because
know
the
what?
story's incomplete. That's
You
why
know
I'm
what? And I can see why people made the comparison too, because both Pokemon are under Ash's ownership, and both Pokemon are going through a form that otherwise exceeds their final form. Lucario's going into Mega Lucario, which supersedes regular Lucario, and Greninja's going to Ash Greninja, which supersedes Greninja. Both are means of temporary evolution that allowed them to get stronger, and thus they were under the tutelage of Ash. And Ash's theming has always been to bring out the power of a Pokemon that otherwise would have been viewed as mediocre, average, or weak. Case in point, Infernape was the first true test ground to that.
Yeah.
And even
So
started off as a Chimchar too.
Yeah, so I can see exactly why that's the case. Ash in and of himself follows the theming of what a Pokemon trainer is supposed to do. Release the powers of a Pokemon that normally would be considered average or just regular. He proves that theming coincidentally in Diamond and Pearl. I think Diamond and Pearl is the best series where he shows that personally. But I digress. My point being is that because that was this continuing theme, that kind of shoots it in the foot when Ash suddenly decides to make Pokemon stronger rather than an actual progression or a plot point that meets it. Terrell pointed out that in Journeys, they do a shortcut way of this by having a Trouble, Train, and Triumph. The 3 T's. Here, they don't even follow, Journeys doesn't even follow its own pattern this time. There is no trouble. We just do the training and the triumph. We don't even get a situation where Ash has to find out that B is significantly stronger. I wouldn't have even mind that if in last episode you can live stream some of the battles now, at least the ones in Master Class, and we see that B has mastered Gigantamax. Then Ash has a problem. Now we have a conflict. Now we have an antagonist. Now we have a story. Now we have something to aim towards. But we don't get any of that. All of this feels like it's sort of haphazard and thrown together at last minute to put Ash up to par so that he can fight up against B. And B, oh, poor B. So she gets the Gigantamax literally the next episode. We haven't even seen this fucking Machamp.
And that's Lucario's new rival, not the Grapplock.
Yeah, fuck Grapplock, I guess.
Oh no. Grapplock is my favorite.
Grapplock had a whole rivalry with Riolu, but I guess Lucario's too fucking powerful for it now. Because they gotta advertise Gigantamax, Machamp's just here now. In everyone's lives. Never even a build-up. She didn't even use it. It would have been kind of cool if in their first fight, she had Machop. That whole situation would have been solved if they had just she had Machop.
Mm-hmm.
Because then it could be like, oh, her Machop evolved. But no, we don't get any of that either. We didn't even know the bitch had a damn Machop.
This is one of the issues I had with Alon's character, with the Pokemon just sort of appearing out of nowhere when they could have had the opportunity to have written the narrative for it. So
this woman used Halucha. For fuck's sake. And Hippotop. She had a goddamn Hippotop.
Which top a rolling kick.
Which, from what I see, I guess Hippotop's not even gonna be in the next episode.
It's a 3v3, it seems. So no.
So yeah, so her
no
choice.
No pun intended.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I stepped into it when I said B. Son of a bitch.
Only Butch can use Hitmontop.
Yeah, so now we've got Halucha Grapplock again, because it's got to make its appearance where it gets stomped by Lucario, because that whole rivalry's done now. And Machamp, which suddenly showed up in our lives. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. This needed to either be a two-parter, or this needed to be better paced. The narrative lining for this is terrible. This doesn't even follow the damn narrative arc that I just stated earlier and in the last week or 2 weeks ago. So, KG, I'm actually right up there with you. The first time watching it, it's good, but you pointed out a bunch of shit, and I'm looking back at it, and I'm like, oh, this gets worse and worse and worse the more I think about it. I wanted to go into this one being actually pretty positive because I liked some of the shit that was in it. Unfortunately, Like the best part here is the music and Ash is
Unfortunately,
fucking.
Tyrone had his coffee, so that's why.
Unfortunately, the best parts about this episode are the music and Ash's fucking gloves.
Which, by
Now,
the way, we know they aren't permanent because we saw in the preview he doesn't have them at one point.
damn.
So the gloves everybody was going nuts for are temporary.
Now,
Whatever
personally,
needed to be screened.
while I do like the gloves, personally, I wish the keystone was on his hat. That way, if he turns it backwards, it could do the Mega Evolution. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, that would
But-
be cool.
Yeah, but I digress. Point is, it's not doing I wish I wanted to go into this liking it more. Even like the idea that Ash has to go to a separate island to do a trial. I like that. The problem, it's very, very poorly written. Narratively, it's poorly written. Like, no, and unfortunately, I'll say it goes half and half. Some of it is based on like how the narrative of Journey's goes, where it's bad even for Journey's writing. Some of it is because I've watched XY, and thus I know what to expect, and this ain't it. This ain't it at all.
And also to clarify for folks saying, "Oh, stop relying on the past," but the story is relying
I'm comparing.
on generation.
I'm not even comparing. Yeah, I'm not even comparing it to XY. Remember, I said I was comparing Journey.
I'm just saying for
to
those
Journey.
that do say to not compare it to past generations, it's kind of hard to do that when this series is supposed to be something that's celebrating all generations. That's the whole theme, the world travel, seeing things we've been through before. And then because of that, you have 20 plus years of history that you've been attached to with this show,
Right.
that now the scale of like how well you want them to take care of these certain elements is at a higher degree than it would have been if it was just a standalone, if this was a new character, rather
It'd be
than
like if you opened a restaurant, right? It'd be like if you had a restaurant and then you shut down the restaurant and then like 20 years later they open the restaurant back up. Ooh, it's the old restaurant. Can I have this sandwich? And you serve the sandwich. And they're like, this sandwich doesn't taste as good as I remember it. Oh, stop comparing it to when we made it 20 years ago. Well, we just took all the meats and the formulas and everything else that makes it. Wait, then why did you want me to not compare it? It's the same sandwich. It's the exact same one.
Well, to be fair, actually, the counter can actually be made for that because your taste buds could have died in 20 years. So
That's the exception and not the rule. I'm saying like
well, that's a bad comparison.
If you're gonna call back to something, then you're gonna expect comparisons because you went through the trouble of calling back to something. Like none of the kid weirdly, and I've said this before. A lot of times, the episodes of Journeys I wind up liking, and you can go back and look at them, are the ones where the concept is completely original, not even based on anything in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, original concepts actually do better than shit that's called back and is haphazard. Because when you do something that's a callback, you run the risk of letting down what made it so special in the first place. KG already got this example with the piss poor handling of the Z move that Pikachu used. I got it from the first Karina episode happened. Fucking Polly got it during the Dawn two-parter. Like, how long are we gonna keep letting this happen?
Until the end of time.
I'm just saying, when you look at these things like in this perspective, you gotta sit and still realize you can't recreate lightning. You can't because something was good one time doesn't mean it'll be good every time you bring it back. I hear all these things where it's like, oh, bring Serena back in Journeys, or bring Ash's old Pokemon back in Journeys. Oh, bring this back in Journeys, and I'm like, you're relying on what? You're relying on callbacks to things that exist, hoping that they can hold up as much as original concepts that have the potential to be great.
Yeah.
I'm not even upset.
We should have gone to Galar.
Exactly. I'm not even upset with the fact that they're not bringing the stuff back that everybody wants. I'm upset with the fact that people are the community, and this isn't Journey's fault. This is community's. I'm upset with the fact that community wants so desperately to bring back something in the hopes that it'll get better.
But it wasn't bad to begin with.
But it wasn't bad to begin with. Exactly. Like, no matter how many ways you slice it, you can be any fan you want to be. Rest in peace,
Yeah.
AT fans, by the way, because
No,
this
we're
this
good.
show doesn't give a
We're happy.
No.
We're happy.
no,
It's
no, no,
not-
no, 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 no,
we're-
no, no. I'm saying like this show doesn't give a fuck about y'all, and I'm
No,
so
that's
sorry.
what I'm saying. Don't hamper with goodness, man. Although if Haruka does come back, I'll be happy.
Well,
But still,
yeah. If Cowdy comes back, that'll be a 10 out of 10.
yeah.
I'm not gonna no because then May will be less than what she was, and I'm not. I like May. She's my favorite female companion.
Yeah,
You
but
will not fuck her up.
out of every Seiyu that needs to come back, Cowdy needs to come back, especially
Again,
after this
like I
Dysphonia.
said, there is no need to come back because if she comes back, they're gonna. The odds of them maintaining the only character I've seen that they've maintained well was a character that was already competent and hard to fuck up, Cynthia.
Yeah, and that was after the director change. So
Hard to fuck her up.
that was after the director change.
But May, it's just like I don't want May to come back, and she's like suddenly doesn't. She suddenly only cares about like the traveling aspects of Pokemon and the food rather than the Pokemon themselves or some shit like she
Right.
was when
And
she
we
got
only
into
see
it.
Blaziken.
I know, because the Wallace Cup is still my favorite arc.
Yeah,
So-
like,
Yeah.
I don't want that to be ruined by that. I
Yeah.
love that.
Yeah.
Like even though she lost, and we have criticisms for that, I still believe she
I
was
don't.
handled beautifully
Yeah.
in that story.
But my point being, just to wrap this all up, I really would. There was actually potential here, and I wish Karina had hung out with Go a little longer. I wish Karina did more hanging out with Go than Ash, because Karina and Ash had their time. They had their time in XY, and they had their time in Journeys when they had the battle. They have a very solid relationship. I don't need any more justification for them. Go and Karina, though, I wish they had played around with that a little more. They could have
got
done
on.
it. And then this would have been beautiful because then if Go had caught that camera, then Karina could be like, hey, who knows? Maybe you'll have the ability to mega evolve. Then you can come see me or something. It writes its fucking
Oh
self.
shit, mega camera, right?
It writes its fucking self. But no.
Yeah. I definitely get what you're saying.
Yeah,
Because
it's understandable.
The
But
thing
again,
that made us love all these characters in the first place is themselves, is their development in each series. I mean, like, I remember people were clamoring for Misty to come back in Diamond and Pearl because they just missed her so much. And, like,
Right.
maybe at one point I was like, oh, I wish she could. But I never minded that she didn't. They had the one little callback with the lore, and that was really touching and sweet, but it's like, it just made me appreciate Dawn, just seeing all of Dawn's development and the other companions too in their series.
Exactly. Because the minute an old character shows up, and I think the Gary episode is actually a good example of this. The minute an old character shows up, attention immediately goes away from the new character. Journeys openly went out of its way to show that shit off when Gary came back. Ash and Gary were hanging out most of the time, and poor Go. Didn't mean shit. Didn't mean shit.
Ironically, Alola, they did the opposite.
Alola handled it actually really well. Brock and Misty came back, but that didn't mean the trial captains were going down.
And
Not
the
that.
gym
Oh no, I
leader
meant
sequences were
the
still
journeys
great.
a little.
Yeah, they all got their spotlight. That was actually that actually was handled really well, like all things considered. But I'm sorry. This ain't it. I'm sorry, this ain't it. It was a good attempt. I do like the idea. Horrible execution. I'm probably with KG on that 4. Shit. At this point, probably a 3.
Oof, you went lower than me.
Well,
I kind of figured that.
How about no? That's that. I'll give it a generous 4, only because I'll give it a 4 only because like this kind of helped Karina a little bit, and I say that because she beat Quilladin, but so now you can't say she kept losing after fucking after her last fight.
Well,
She got a win streak of 1.
Well, unfortunately for the folks out there, for the poll, you guys fucking lost.
Oh,
Peak time.
big time.
You lost big.
What up, Terrell?
Oh, is he gonna be the 75% breaker?
All I'm gonna do is just want this to be stated because even though Tyrone doesn't hit every point, Tyrone still watches the episodes, which is more than I can say for myself. I think Sarah, you do probably the best job as far as representing my points without actually us even talking about it. All I'm gonna simply say is I didn't even watch the fucking episode, and I was just sad. I'm just sad listening to the plot summary of this bitch. Like,
Oh
it
man,
bumped.
we skipped
Yeah,
out
makes
on a lot of other details, by the way.
I'm not.
Well, I
I'm
know.
not.
I actually
Not
hit
terribly
on
big.
I actually hit on more of the points. So to be
Yeah,
fair,
they're not
we did
terribly
hit.
big. The only thing you have to remember is like I think every Pokemon that's on that island can Mega Evolve. So like they run into a squabble where Salamence is fighting Pidgeot and it separates the group.
Also, we get the original Pidgeot Seiyu, by the way.
Yeah.
Get that shit, which is good. Props.
I'm just gonna throw in my 2 cents because I was mentioning it in the chat, but I figured
Yeah, I was seeing
I have the
that.
ability. I have the ability to voice. I don't understand why we were even chasing Mega Evolution anyway. In a series that literally has a new mechanic that I don't think that's only being used by Ash like once.
Mm-hmm.
Pikachu has Pikachu's only Gigantamax like twice.
And my brain
And
is
one of them
like,
isn't even real.
and what makes me mad.
No. Twice is like the battle against was it Dreadnought, and then the other one against Charizard.
Correct.
And what blew me away was that knowing that, and the fact that he has a Mon that can Gigantamax or has the ability to Gigantamax, and it's a Mon that sorely needs development. I'm sitting in the corner going, you haven't given Gengar an arc at all, and actually he's lost way more fights than fucking Lucario. So in my mind, I'm like, why don't you? Hey, Jordan, why don't you focus on the character or the Mon who actually needs the fucking development? That would have made sense, and then you would have promoted the fucking Gen 8 games that you casually he's about to fight a Gen 8 character. No, that would make a little bit too much sense. Especially, actually, it works even better.
The time advantage.
It works even better because if Lucario's rival is Graplock, why not make Gengar's rival Machamp? It would have made it, to me. It would have been more interesting. Granted, you would have had to. Journeys would have had to do something called proper writing, like started off where maybe Gengar started off against a Machop or a Machoke, and maybe that Machoke
Gets cocky because it's like, oh, fighting types can't beat ghost types at all. And then she goes, oh, you believe that I don't know that? And then she pulls some shit and it knows like dark type moves or some shit.
Yeah, it knows dark moves or it has the ability no guard, which I think still allows it to hit Gengar.
Yeah.
Regardless. That would have been. See, that's a really simple thing you could have done. And that's with very little effort on my part. I'm just sitting there going, you could have done that, and that would have been an interesting rivalry. It would have allowed Gengar to get some development, and Lucario could have still kept his rivalry with Graplock. Also, my other problem is the fact that because we know how this episode sets up, Ash is gonna win next week when he does the fight with or when
beat the shit out of B.
And I'm just kind of like, well, that just takes away any of the interest because you've already done the natural progression. He lost the first match. He drew the second match, so he's going to win the third match. I don't even see it.
And if he loses, then it just means the Mega Evolution shit was pointless.
Well, yeah. So you either undermine Karina and the Mega Evolution stuff in this episode, or you just get really fucking predictable and just have Ash win anyway. And I'm just kind of like, I wish Journeys would have had more confidence in itself, and it doesn't at all. That's why it relies on characters like Volkner and fucking Cynthia and fucking Lance and Iris and characters just older and Dawn. It relies on all of its older shit and callbacks. And then when it gets to the point where like, all right, Journeys, you got the time to shine, step it up. Let's see what you got. Well, here's Dawn again. No, Journeys. I want to see you. No, Karina. No, Journeys.
I want to see what you can do, Journeys.
Iris.
But yeah,
Iris.
I feel like Journeys is so scared to be itself that it just constantly uses
Be your fucking self.
Because that's why we fell in love with the other series in the first place.
So it gets to the point where even when I don't watch episodes, it just bums me out listening to plot summaries because I'm like, bro. And I know TSS brings up the new director. I feel like that shit didn't make a goddamn difference. Because how are we still getting episodes that still sound like shit, low key? Like we like this is
narratively from start to end, each episode's actually getting better in terms of a cohesive. Like if you look at if you look at some of them like in the 40s and 50s, they were total shit and fucking meandering too much. At least now they know how the fuck to get to point A to point B at the end. So it's much better to look at in that respect.
Oh, I get it, TSS. It's not as poorly paced and shit, but it's still bad writing. That's my problem. I don't.
Then you write a Japanese letter to the writers. And I would like to see- I would like to
no,
see
because
you
they
do
would. Hey, look, evolutions is still only like a side thing, so they don't give a fuck about our opinions.
Exactly.
They don't give a fuck about if that
Wow,
was the
he just
case.
quickly summarized our entire conversation in just a sentence.
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's
let's say that Japan doesn't give a fuck about that. That's my issue. I'm
Exactly.
like, bro,
Of course. That's exactly my point. It was supposed to be a half-hearted thing because literally we.
oh no, but I'm not even trying to harp on that. I'm just saying my issue is just the fact that we're in a position where I'm watching a show slowly devolve into itself, and you know why people make I know y'all brought up why people make the comparisons of Journeys preemptively, because even though you can't compare it as an entire series, you can compare the arcs that have already finished, the little mini arcs that it's done.
I told you, like I said, I didn't even compare that
The
to
story's not done. So it's like
in
it's
my
like for the
review,
people.
I didn't even compare it to X and Y. I compared Journeys to Journeys.
Journeys just doesn't. Journeys, when you're watching a series that actively says, "Here's another series that you should get you excited about," Journeys, because we remember it and we're gonna bring it back, and I'm just like, so you have no confidence in your own characters or your own writing or your own plots. That's why you start grabbing shit from other regions, and then some of them you just do poorly. Karina's first appearance, bad. I like the Iris episode, but that battle was fucking stupid in the grand scheme of things. Love the characterization. Hate the way that battle was handled. And it's like small, subtle shit. And then the disrespect you showed to the new generation stuff that you could have used. Like, it trips me out that Journey's supposed to hold all this old shit, but I'm like, you have a bunch of Gen 8 stuff you haven't fucking touched. And I'm like, what about B? What about Marnie? What about Pierce?
Pierce.
And I'm just sitting in the corner like,
I
bro.
want to Oh.
Well, I mean, I know we already know, Paul. You don't hide it well.
Lack of direction at the beginning fucked the whole thing up.
Man, I don't even think I'm not letting it get away with that shit. That's not a lack of direction in the beginning. Even with the literally when they come out and say they fucked up after like 25 episodes. Here's my thing. You can fuck up in the beginning and still end strong. Journey's not even trying.
The biggest problem, however, is that they started too many.
Beginning and ended strong.
That's a good example, actually.
Yeah, but guess what? How many episodes took them to fucking turn shit around? Like fucking 80 something. So I mean,
we're on 80 something, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, actually, yeah, but I've actually seen progress. If you go from, even though the progress may not be as freaking clear cut, there still is progress. There still is a difference. There still is progress.
I think
the biggest problem. I just want to make this one point. Is that they started too much shit at the beginning, and then they're trying to fucking tie shit together with fucking shoestring, but the problem is they're tying it in fucking like 75,000 knots, and they don't know how to fucking untie the knots to fucking make it cohesive.
And that's why it's not making me excited personally for anything. It's like, oh, are you excited for this? Well,
no,
not really, to be honest, because I'm not emotionally attached to anybody on his team.
No.
Then Go use Pantor. I would have preferred Go to use Inteleon.
I haven't even seen Surf
for the
Edge.
water.
Has anyone seen Surf Edge recently?
Please, it's the same thing we did with Gengar.
It was last seen opening an envelope, and then after that, we never saw it again.
Also, I was gonna say, you bringing up the whole thing about like characters developing. The ones who are developing in this series are the ones who come back.
Yeah.
The ones who are in the current season though, the only thing I'm seeing is just a change in look when they're evolutions, but not a change in growth. They still genuinely feel
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like and no one brings it up enough. I'm gonna keep bringing it up. I feel like Infernape got the shittiest end of this stick
Oh no,
on
everybody
Earth.
agrees on that.
Oh no, I
I
would agree with
Of
that.
course.
hate how they treated Infernape. I would
Yeah.
have loved if you gave me two choices right now. What do you want? Infernape to potentially stay in journeys and maybe do some stuff here and there, or his last fight to be when he went fucking ham on Electivire? I'll choose Electivire every fucking day.
But actually,
Wouldn't even be an option.
Tyrone, I'm glad you brought that episode up because it also it screams to the how Go or Koharu gets outshined by any character, the other new character that shows up. So, for example, fucking Gary steals the spotlight every time it's Gary and Ash and Go, and I'm just
Yep.
like, wow, you know, when they brought older characters back in the other regions, you know what they did? They waited a good bit into like the region before they showed up. Why? So you could get adjusted in like a proper feel and enjoyment of a character. Go's fucking development is all over the fucking place at that point in the story, and Gary just steals everything. And the kicker is that in the dub, in the dub it's gonna be worse because he has his old voice actor back. So now
I
you're
actually
like,
heard him talking there. It's kind of weird.
It's
I'm not
very
gonna lie.
faithful. I'm like surprised by that.
Oh,
Well,
it's faithful, but it's also kind of weird because
you haven't heard it
The
in a
man.
while.
I mean,
Yeah.
the man is 23 years older than he
Yeah.
was at the beginning of the fucking series.
Yeah, that's fine, but what I'm saying is that like that's when I put out that poll. I want to say maybe a month ago about which companion most people like. And granted, I disagree with the results of that poll, but because I think it came up with Brock being the fan favorite.
Of course.
Uh,
As he should.
even people, I understand Ghost Story isn't over yet, but the amount, considering how low he still ended up in the grand scheme of things, fucking, it doesn't surprise me, but it astounds me considering how people say he's such a good character. I'm like, based off of what? You don't have enough of him, nor has he given you enough. And then of course his issue with his team, which is, I think Ghost concept was fucked, and I just don't think they've done anything to really improve it. We're just rotating through his
like
team.
the biggest fuck you in this episode. He's like, "Oh, camera up, water Pokemon, Pampor." I'm like, "You idiot! You just got Inteleon."
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the problem with having a character who literally catches everything. You don't get like a consistent enjoyment of his team. And the kicker is, if you did more mini arcs, you would see more of Go's team in proper way, instead of them being known for like one or two fucking traits. I don't want to rant on it too much. I'm just saying, as far as the Mega Evolution stuff with Karina, why didn't you just do Gengar? You could have did Gengar and G-Max and maybe had fucking like had another Galar trainer show up to kind of show Ash the proper like the actually you could have introduced the damn DLC stuff, the how to make the G-Max soup and shit. Introduce Mustard, which would have been a cool reference to how, oh, that's Leon's old sensei. See, this shit writes itself. This is fucking dumb. You got a board full of writers and you can't even do basic fucking plots, and you have a game that literally spells out half of it for you. Fuck you. It bums me out. It pisses me off. Use the fucking game material. You fucking. You know what? I'm gonna stop before I.
Nah,
I'm
it's
just
over.
sad.
No,
Sword and
it's
Shield
over.
got
My
shafted.
Galar. I know. My Galar heart.
Yeah, yeah.
On the bright
Oh,
side, though,
the
you guys got
Galarons,
Twilight
like,
Wings, so that's good.
Shut
right?
up, KG. That's not. You already know the issue I have with that.
Hey, listen,
wait,
you were the
what?
one asking for this shit, so you got it.
Well, I
Oh,
got one
I'll
second of
be-
a Mr. Rhyme tap
Listen.
dancing.
I will just say everybody is cool. Everybody can agree that shit is stupid, but I'll be in my own lane and I'll let people I'll watch the shit burning, while I'm just in my own lane enjoying the shit.
Hey, welcome
what
to
it
my
is.
world when Sun and Moon happen.
Yeah,
but-
Sun and Moon. Yeah, because it's like See, now we can go in real life and fucking high touch.
Exactly.
I just,
Yeah.
Polly, like, please, like, I don't even expect you to watch all of X and Y, but
Oh my
you gotta
God.
watch Karina stuff. That is so unfair.
Yeah.
I literally
the
stopped
best way
right
to say it is like if you
before
watch the
Karina.
Dawn Return without watching the Dawn stuff.
It's like eating the frosting on the cake without eating the cake. Like, come on, you can't
Tyrone.
do that.
Fine.
Tyrone.
I really am curious though.
I don't
if
know
you do-
why
No.
in the world.
No,
you
that's like
think
that's like that's like eating that's like
curious
that's like
about,
eating
like-
raw that's like eating raw cake batter instead of the actual cake.
I'm also gonna Tyrone temper your expectations. You probably won't hear nothing about that for like a year and a half.
Look, no, I have faith.
If it
No.
took me a
No.
while to finish my favorite series,
Uh,
makes you think my least
Exactly.
favorite?
I already made that joke already in the pot. I'm just saying, come on now, that's
No.
unfair. You can't fucking
Okay, Tyrone, then you can watch it with me.
like I said, yeah, I don't even expect you to watch all of the damn show. Just
Well,
those 6
just-
episodes.
To be honest, I think I actually stopped before Karina.
I was gonna say all you gotta do is just
Originally.
watch those 6 episodes. That's
Also,
it.
Also, I don't like this emphasis you put on XY, and I'm
Yeah,
sitting over here
exactly.
with as the best wishes man, like, yo, she's about to get to my series. Don't you fucking do that?
Well, I
Which,
know,
by
but
the
I
way,
need to finish
Best
Orange
Wishes
Islands
is a
and
prequel to
Johto.
X and Y.
She's gonna watch
narratively-wise.
Best Wishes
Yeah, it
regardless.
is.
I'm
But I
saying
have to-
Oh, look at
play
that!
Black and White
Somebody's using the fucking Google Tensor chip and the fucking Google Pixel 6 to fucking remove the other two.
Jesus
look,
Christ.
listen, Terrell. She's gonna watch all the Best Wishes.
Gotta use the magic eraser.
I'm asking Polly to watch. I'm asking Polly to watch 7 episodes. That's
No.
it.
Can't do that.
No,
It has to be
look-
the whole thing.
No,
Also-
it has
also-
to be the beginning to
Also,
that
Tyro, listen,
Mhm.
you say she'll watch all Best Wishes, what she'll watch is all the episodes with fucking with Burgundy.
Burgundy
I've
and
seen
Silent.
I've seen all the episodes of Burgundy.
Yep.
I'll one shot Best Wishes. I'm so excited to watch Best Wishes.
I'm gonna wait. I need her to actually get at least
well,
halfway.
remember, because I love Silent too.
I know, but I gotta watch you because you can be a
Mamoru
fucking-
You gotta
Miyano,
watch
goat.
it. You're gonna be watching.
For those who
But-
don't
but-
know in the chat, and I'm gonna remind everyone in the chat,
watching.
Holly can be a fucking problem. So you gotta watch her sometimes when she says shit.
Wow.
Hey, listen, would you do?
Clear eyes.
Should I-
Wow.
Should I lie to you? I can
I
lie to
just want
you.
you to see Karina at her best before you see her at her mess.
Alright. All right. Well, then tell me to finish Johto and Orange Islands first, and then
I thought you did that
What
already.
the fuck?
no.
Oh my god!
God.
And you think she's gonna finish X and Y? You're out of your fucking mind.
I'm
Well, I
watching you,
finished the two
Wazowski.
beasts. You're done.
Always
The two
watching.
beasts. You're done.
Polly's
AG
gonna
and
be like,
GP.
Polly's
The
gonna be
two
like, I
series
don't
with the
watch
most-
Pokemon.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Polly, how long have you been into the Pokemon anime? Just remind me.
11 years.
Okay, and in the 11 years, you've only finished 2 series.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
are
Okay.
Oh
think you
well,
did-
does Indigo count?
Stomach hurts.
I guess because even though I would technically, yeah, because I guess Orange Islands is technically its own thing.
but it's all under the
Well,
same
to be
series,
put
though.
okay to put into
If
perspective.
I'm trying. Listen, she needs this. Okay, just
Okay,
let her
I
have it.
apologize.
So if we include Indigo, it's what 3?
I guess. Well, Journeys and Sun and Moon are both like 90%. There's literally only a few.
So
Like,
literally, so it's what AG, Best Wishes, and XY that you haven't finished. Oh,
No,
and
I
Orange
finished
Islands and-
AG.
You
I
should,
finished-
Okay.
yeah, AG
So-
she mentioned before.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
she
Orange,
finished
Orange Islands, Johto, and
Best Wishes and XY.
Okay.
They even made an XY episode special that has Silent in it.
I watched that.
That is,
Oh,
yeah, that one's
I've
fine.
seen all of XYZ.
Wait,
It's just the beginning.
I'm gonna
Or it's the middle part with Karina.
what the fuck?
I'm gonna,
Clement
I'm gonna let Tyrone lose his mind on that one because
It's
fuck
Karina and Clement leaving,
Alright.
which I'm guessing is the best part of the whole series.
What
To-
the
to-
fuck?
That.
To
Yeah,
put it into perspective, it took me 7.5 years to catch up and watch like all the episodes that I had missed up to that point.
but
And now
here's
at
the-
that point, yeah.
There's no characters I really care about aside from Sawyer.
Also,
Like,
also, real quick, Tislas, you know what the difference is though?
What?
You caught up. That was the difference. You fit.
no, I watched X, Y, and Z when I graduated.
The only,
college.
you know
Why
what,
would
you know
you-
what's funny? The funny thing is actually the only X, Y, and Z episode I didn't watch is the last episode, which was that kind of like backstory shit.
I've
But
also
aside
been
from
through the busiest time of my life.
Ah,
We won't
oh,
hear it.
no,
past 10
I
years.
hear the rain
Uh,
droplets outside.
Oh no!
Yeah, we getting flooded now. So.
Someone play the tiniest violin. Real
What
quick.
Tasso is here.
Yeah,
Hey,
our boy
Tasso's-
Tasso's, yeah.
Tasso smelled.
so I may need to talk to you later on, by the way.
And he
Oh no!
was summoned.
He's gonna hit you.
It's going
I've
strong
seen
now,
the
it's going
escalator kiss.
outside.
I've seen all of XYZ.
I've
Why even bother watching X, Y, and Z?
Why
if
did you
didn't-
do this?
Yeah, why
Why-
did you
what
bother
did-
watching X,
What
Y,
did
and
you
Z?
do?
Why did you watch like
Because
an
it seemed more-
abomination?
Why? Because I loved it. It's because the flare arc.
Wait, but you don't like it? What? Oh.
Oh, you
You gave my
stop.
poor man an aneurysm at 1
Yeah,
o'clock in the morning.
Oh, I love
Somebody,
the flare arc.
somebody called the
Oh,
ambulance.
Somebody
Oh,
call
Mama just said that she
911.
no, Tara, I got you.
I'm saying
How do we-
XY in general.
Polly, if you didn't give a fuck about X, Y, half of the reasons why you would like X, Y, and Z
Well,
is
the other-
based in X, Y. The fuck?
To actually comment on Mornox's thing, you know, I understand why people don't appreciate AGs, and that's because like
They're uncultured. They're uncultured
sub-
bastards.
Well, because the Japanese one is better than the dub ones, but the problem is that there isn't too many episodes that people can actually watch and understand it.
Sadly.
Because let's see, I can actually rack it up right now. We have AG 1 through 16 and 44 by Excal. PM did 118, 119, 130, 131. Let me see. No, 118, 130, 131, 160, 161, 162, and then 184 onwards.
We're still missing
Yes.
100 episodes,
Yikes.
aren't we?
Yeah, I think that's what it was.
My
Yeah.
heart hurts.
Hey,
Mad
man.
boring.
Ah,
The
Man.
music,
Alright, that's
the music
Samurai.
made
He's-
the music made that fucking series because that was the only series.
Hey,
in the
that series had
modern
really
era.
good writing too, sir. I want you
Yeah.
don't skip out on the writing. That writing was
Oh,
God.
that shit.
I love that shit.
Well, and then of course the problem is AG88. You know, Snorlax's Banana Garden, but then again, you know, Visual NyQuil. But at least I'll be able to fucking. That's
one
my favorite
episode,
series. Yeah, my favorite series has an episode where I can't fucking stand it. But the whole thing is, it's like.
all fuck up
Because at the
sometimes.
end because at the end of AG they were using every single available background music they had from movie 1 through movie 9.
The irony is, I just like AG for good writing. I think AG just has really good writing. But that's besides
Yeah.
the fucking point. But
Well, yeah, and also the music. Like I said, the music for me is the other reason why it's the best fucking series for me.
yeah. I might listen. People need to understand something. I stand Best Wishes because Best Wishes gets a lot of shit. But if we're being objective here, AG is my favorite region to watch. I will rewatch the shit
Yeah.
out of AG.
Its
But, like,
pacing is great.
I touch.
Story is great.
I think the
Pokemon are
whole
amazing.
the entirety of AG is goated.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can't. AG
I mean, it's the
doesn't-
reason. I mean, it's the reason why I fucking came back to Pokemon.
AG was pretty much the stepping stone for like every series. Like every series moving forward
And people
takes from AG. That's how
And
much of an
XY,
impact AG.
XY takes a lot of shit from AG.
And people need to understand something, because I understand people love
Competence.
the rivalry between Paul and Ash, bruh. Like, that's a great thing about DP, but everything in AG was goated. Whereas like DP had a bunch of stupid fucking problems. Best Wishes has a bunch of fucking stupid
20 episode gap where it make no fucking sense.
No, it was more like 50, depending on which.
I mean, I would consider
It
AG.
took a year
I would
for
say
Ash to get to his
DP
last badge.
Well, yeah, but I consider the drought to be between DP 103 and like DP 122.
Oh,
Some stuff still happened in that year.
Yeah, but it's bad
Oh,
because you
it's
have
just
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying
because
stuff happened.
because you had a case where they had 7 to 8 episode filler gap, and that was
You
unacceptable.
had to be there to experience it, Chan.
Oh yeah,
I remember that.
especially dude. It's like you've been on the forums and fucking IRC at that fucking time. People were just like saying, "Somebody kill me already," you know.
Oh yeah, DP was hell. DP, if you were watching DP as it was coming out, DP
As it was coming out, like
It was
I
hell,
have.
but it was a good hell by the end.
No,
Yeah, but
you know
here's the
what?
thing. But here's the thing, though. We live in a world now that you could watch the whole thing in succession. We had to wait every fucking week for that, and we had to
Right.
wait.
No, I
Just,
remember.
And
just
don't-
imagine,
and don't-
you had to wait fucking what?
Oh, no.
5 months.
Don't get-
5
don't-
months of shit.
Don't get it twisted. Even in Succession, that filler is fucking bad. All right?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Well, that's why it
didn't
took
help.
so long.
Like
It didn't
5
help
months of
either
shit.
That the only way I watched these episodes
Yeah,
were
exactly,
through the
Emo.
screenshots in therapy.
Oh god.
Diamond and Pearl is the only series where I would literally I would go out of my way to find a filler list in order to watch that because I'm not watching that shit whole. I watched it whole.
was worth
already.
the
That shit
wait.
was terrible.
It
But
was
then
worth the
everyone
wait, but
wonders
just remember-
why it took me so long.
but
No,
you have to,
the issue wasn't that. The issue was that you started with that.
It's
Wait a minute. I just realized something. You
Yeah.
like Johto, but you never finished it, Polly. I'm so confused by that statement.
Well, yeah, I like. There's a lot of episodes I
She skipped
like.
90% of it.
Phil, you know what the funny thing
No.
is? Phil never wanted to talk to me because he specifically told me he can't understand the American accent back then.
I just
At least
There's
that's
some
no
I don't
disrespect.
remember.
We know him, but it's like, well, me and a few others know who he is. But the problem is back in like 2005 when he was like really active in 05 and 06, he refused to talk to like any American on like Skype or anything like that because he couldn't. He was more accustomed to the British English, as I remember correctly. So he said he didn't understand. Like I even messaged him about that, I think, one time, and it's like American, American accent.
Wow.
It's more that
Yeah.
I don't remember, because some of them I haven't seen in over a decade.
Yeah.
So like, maybe I've seen them, but maybe I haven't. It's one of those weird like blurry things.
Yeah.
But
But you have to understand it's two different perspectives here. For the people who actually watch the series as it progressed, as per week to week basis, and we had to wait until the story finished. Versus now, where everybody knows how the story finishes, and you go back and watch it, and it's like, oh, it's not as bad as I remember. Yeah, but when you're watching it for the first time, it's
No.
unknown.
It's
It's
the
unknown.
struggle. You know what it
And
is?
it's the
It's like
struggle.
the Endless 8 arc in Haruhi. Where you
Oh,
have to watch.
God!
Oh,
Oh,
fuck.
that like you.
Fuck that.
That's the
I
best example.
haven't
Fuck
even
that.
I haven't even watched that, and I know how notorious.
Oh my
that shit is.
god!
I watched
And
those back
no,
to
and-
back
and
to
also-
back.
Why did you
Oh
do
yeah,
that?
and also you have to remember that the broadcast order was different than the DVD
Yes.
order. That was fucked. That was fucked. You had to watch the same episode like fucking 7 times.
Yeah, that arc was fucking trash.
Oh.
Anyone who was a Haruhi fan back then, it was like, bro,
That
what
was the
the
day
fuck?
Haruhi got killed. Or
That shit was-
that was the time Haruhi.
That shit was dumb as fuck. Also, just real quick to kind of wrap things up, people need to understand something. When you go from AG and you continue the AG, you at that point, everything was downhill. I want people to understand that.
Yes.
If your favorite region is AG, everything from AG was downhill.
Yes, the
Some-
DP was like maybe a ladder rung down, but everything else just went straight to the fucking floor.
Yeah, and me who
Yeah.
loves Sun and Moon will still say AG still miles better. Than
Yeah, I enjoy the shit out of Best Wishes, but AG beats the shit out of that.
Once again,
And I don't know Tyrone's favorite region, but I know Tyrone enjoys the shit out of X and Y. I don't know.
Thank you for the
I
follow
think-
there.
see, I view AG and DP as a package
Midnight
deal.
Ambu, thank you.
Whoa,
Midnight
how?
Ambu. Midnight Ambu.
Because there's so they're. I can't really describe it.
You
It's
have
just
some
they-
similar shit with Dawn and May, the whole contest coordinating thing.
Not
I can't.
even that. Just like it's just like
Oh,
such a seamless transition. Like
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier, Mornox, remember
Yes, because they technically. Well, I mean, but I don't know if I
AG
agree with
was in
that.
DP for a bit. Remember?
AG has 64 DVDs, rental DVDs. Good luck.
Also, just to put this in context, the only way I understand that point probably is if I guess because technically DP still recognizes like AG canon.
Yes.
But even then, like
But I think DP did. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
no, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think there's things that DP did that were better than AG, especially because the villain arc was so lackluster. And
Oh yeah, that Team
And there's-
Magma, Team Aqua shit was
You-
bullshit. I hate
You have to
that.
admit, there's some fillers in AG that are just completely forgettable, and also the league was extremely boring.
That was a weird league. That was a weird league.
I don't think it was boring. It was weird
No,
though.
No,
I
it
agree with
was
you.
that's the
Weird.
best
What
way to
was
say it.
weird
Weird, but-
Pokemon
Okay,
league?
so then it was weird. Yes.
If we're talking boring,
Okay.
there's another series that fits. that.
Remember when Swallow
My
decided he was
thing
just
is-
going to destroy that league?
I don't
No.
think any series, including AG, is absolutely perfect. I think there's good things
No,
and
no,
bad
no.
things about each.
Oh no,
When
no
we-
one's
when-
denying that.
Wait,
Like,
No,
it's
listen,
perfect.
not
listen.
this
When we talk,
Ass in that
when
league,
we
by the way.
when me and TSS talk about how good AG is, that's not saying it's perfect. That's just saying
Yeah,
it's the
because
best
because
of the
the
Pokemon
manga.
anime.
Yeah, because even though they put the Mangmadon and the freaking Aquadon shit in the shitter, and the league wasn't the best. Everything around it was everything around it was
AG was
make up for it.
consistent.
It was consistent and also moved, and also like I said, and I mentioned this like a few months ago. If you look at the filler gap in AG and compare it to like the peak of DP, you only have to deal with anywhere between 3 and 5 episodes versus like 7 to 8.
To me,
Yeah,
Oh no!
yeah.
By the way, I think AG is fantastic. Like
To
me
me-
saying,
No, yeah.
it's just
I-
I think personal
my favorite-
enjoyment.
my
For me,
favorite
it's movie.
series is still XY. That's my ultimate favorite.
Yeah.
But I understand that it gained a lot of shit from AG. Look at their team. Ash has one starter Pokemon. Serena has another. Clement has the third. Clement's an
Fourth
older
character.
Clement's an older sibling to the fourth character.
Yeah.
They borrowed the shit out of some AG stuff. I know that.
Yep.
Yeah, they borrowed the absolute shit out of
Yeah,
AG.
including
But they had the
Rika,
complete opposite league.
including Rika, where they actually made a fucking opening that was actually worth listening to.
Where they had the complete
Wow.
opposite league, where the Hoenn League went on forever, and the Kalos League was like
It
done.
was like a
into
couple episodes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the funniest.
Yeah, I was gonna ask KG. I remember you saying if you're talking about boring, which league were you referring to?
Oh,
Would-
let's see. It wasn't BW. It wasn't XY. Not definitely Sun and Moon. DP. I would say it was Kanto.
Kanto's League? What? Oh, I can't. Well,
I like
Kanto-
aspects of it.
Kanto-
but-
I think
League is
Kanto's
wacky.
dumb. I wouldn't call it boring.
Yeah,
Kanto League,
yeah.
Kanto League is weird because
Yeah.
Kanto League has that one time where Bulbasaur soloed freaking Scyther and Beedrill, but Bellsprout soloed Bulbasaur and Pikachu.
The thing is, I can't like say Johto because Johto had some good
Weird.
moments despite animation
Yeah.
hiccups with the Ash vs. Gary fight. That
Weird.
still
Yeah.
was good.
Kanto's league is just,
And
Kanto's league is
Kanto.
just a weird
Well,
league.
Kanto's league has pill drunk man.
And then Krabby one shots all three of a fucking trainer's minds by evolving in a
And-
Kingler.
in
then
the
Team
same
Rocket
fucking
in the
match.
middle. Yeah.
Bruh, I still,
What a weird fucking league, man.
Team Rocket with the Richie stuff in the middle.
yeah, that's what I would describe.
Indigo League was a trip.
Yeah, Kanto's
Yeah,
league
you
is just
had
a
to be in some shit to experience
yeah.
the truth.
Kanto's league is just weird. It's just a weird fucking league.
Gary lost in like the first few matches. Like it's so weird.
It is. It's such a weird league. Which, ironically
Yeah.
enough, I just realized that Best Wishes kept that trend going by having the main rival lose really early on.
Yep.
Yeah.
With
Really
Pikachu.
early on. The difference is, I think Gary's was off screen, wasn't it? We didn't see the
Yeah,
whole
we
fight.
didn't get
Yeah,
we
see
saw
the
like the butt end.
Yeah, Candles League is just fucking weird, yo.
I don't
Ash-
wanna
I
go
mean,
back.
it's still enjoyable, but still fucking.
Yeah, Ash has an illegitimate brother in there, and it's a weird league, man.
Yeah, the problem is that Richie is introduced way too fucking late, and it's just like, why are we doing this?
Why does he
why
look
is
like
he-
Ash?
And why did he lose? Because his Charizard's a lazy piece of shit. Like, what the fuck are we doing?
And it took him until fucking side story to actually be relevant again.
Squirtle
That's
got
what,
hit by
that's what made me mad, dog. Like
Squirtle
he had
got
to,
hit by sleep powder and lost.
He had to get fire.
no, he had to get frozen. They had to freeze Charizard before, and he had to literally cool off before they're like, oh, I guess we're kind of
Yeah.
cool now. And I'm like, bitch, what? I protected
Taka-
you as a
Takashi
Charmander,
Shudo-
you fucking
Yeah, Takashi
asshole.
Shudo still is like, you know, if you want the epitome of what happens if the drunken kung fu master writes shit, that's what it is.
He
Yeah,
But we love him for it.
Well, yeah, because it was so off the fucking wall that
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
shit that
There's
he
a
wrote
reason why
that it makes
OS
it
is memorable for a reason.
yes, of course, yeah,
And
of
it's
course,
his
and I
cousin
still
podcast.
enjoy it.
The
I
irony
still
is,
enjoy it.
the irony is part of the reason why I enjoy Best Wishes so much is because it's a better OS. That's literally what. That's literally what.
Hey, what?
No, K's in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that.
But yeah, that's
okay.
like the major appeal to Best Wishes, and a lot of people already noticed it. The Best Wishes was meant to be a reboot.
Yes.
Best Wishes carries a lot of OS energy
Yes,
and does it very fucking well.
yes.
Yes.
But I also
Because
I
then- because-
agree.
Because Mamoru Miyano made that
Just like
fucking
my
series.
also TSA sure you're biased because it's silent.
You know,
Silent
that's
is-
why
I'm
I like
also-
Best
yeah.
Wishes. They never made Mamoru Miyano sing an ending song.
I'm
Silent-
very,
know-
I don't think they
I
could
know.
afford it.
that's like
They afforded him throughout the whole
but the
series.
scream that
Singing is a
fucking
different tier.
that fucking F6 scream and fucking and that fucking haunted house episode is the best scream of the anime.
It's so extra, and it fucking kills me every time I
Mamoru
watch it.
Miyano in general is extra in everything he does. There's a scene where he's talking about some guy's name being Richard. Of course, if you translate Richard into another name in particular, but the way he voice acts in that shit is some of the funniest you'll ever hear. I gotta get the clip for you guys. It
He's
is
so
great.
handsome.
Well, and
He's
also,
extra, but love it.
well, yeah. I mean, Mamoru Miyano, he does. I mean, when he gets into the act, he speaks like upper fourth and lower fifth octave. Like you said, the upper fourth. He has like B. He touches like B4s with his fucking humming and shit, and that's fucking great shit.
I love
So
it.
yeah, but anyway, I think we should get the fuck out of here because because like I said, you know, we're looking at the freaking we're looking at the fucking the Google Tensor freaking magic eraser shit, you know, for too long. So we need to do that. Also the Pixel 6 and Pixel 6 Pro are goated. I wish I fucking waited. Also, Android 12 rocks. You should do it. I'm gonna review it next week.
Also, hold on.
I thought you were gonna do that this week. The fuck?
No, because we
didn't have
actually
enough time with it.
didn't have enough time because we talked about Iwane and shit.
Also,
Tacos are coming. Also, tacos are coming.
It might be coming tomorrow. I don't think it's coming
Top
today.
of the morning. Top of the morning.
Can we check where the goal is?
8,000. All right, we're wrapping it up before they reach 1 million. All right, everybody, thank you guys so much
Money.
for being with us here tonight. We hope you guys had a fan-freaking-tastic time here in tonight's session of the pod, 3-hour pod edition. Jesus Christ. But hey, I hope you guys enjoyed it all. And if you did, please make sure to follow if you have yet to do so here on this channel, as well as following everybody else here in this call as well. Polly, aka H Trades, or Polly's World, Tyrone, TSS, Terrell. You guys can find all their information in the description down below, so make sure to go and check them out.
Schedule.
Yes, we are going to briefly talk about it. So, earlier today, we got the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pass. I want to say we should try having some fun with that
Yeah,
tomorrow.
we're gonna play Nintendo games tomorrow. Yeah.
Indeed. So we're going to have fun
N64.
with N64 and even Sega Genesis, because those also seem to have something as well to go look for.
Yeah.
Genesis is what Nintendo is exactly. So, what else we got going on for that? We also got B2W2 as well on that same day. So look forward to it. Wednesday on my side, we're gonna continue on with our Latas hunt. Thursday, I mentioned this on Twitter, and I thought, why the hell not? Let's go have some fun. I want to finally beat Ocarina of Time. So we're gonna do a full playthrough of that.
There you go.
I've never fully played Ocarina of Time. So this is going to be my first experience with this game through the Nintendo Switch Online, despite owning the Virtual Console, the Nintendo 64 cartridge, another Wii U Virtual Console, now on Nintendo Switch Online, and even the 3DS remake. Yet somehow I never even played that game and fully beat it.
Wow.
Okay, KJ, have that too. Nice.
You play, yeah. Let's do
Also,
it.
I hope that my controller shows up by then, because if I can get my controller by that point, that's going to be a true, authentic experience.
And we're also gonna talk about that maybe in the stream or maybe next week because there's some very interesting things about the N64 controller. I wish I could have bought it, but I had no money.
I'll gladly share it with you whenever we get that chance to see what's gonna happen with that. But yeah.
Yeah.
So
rain is
Friday
coming.
reaction night, as always, ladies and gents. So that's on my side.
The rain
Okay.
is coming.
The rain is.
Yeah, the rain is
The
coming.
rain is coming.
Should I go next or
yes,
should
TSS. I'll pass this one on to you.
Okay, TSS underscore killer on Twitch. TSS killer without the underscore on Twitter. So coming up here, Friday night is going to be part 21. Yeah, part 21 of Persona 3 Fest on Dub. We're making our way through Tartarus and all. We're in the 4th block now, and we're in September. A lot of plot-heavy month, so stay tuned for that. That's 9 p.m. Eastern. And then part 4 of Yakuza Kiwami with the classic music mod. As we've seen in my streams, they randomly change the language of the Don Quixote song. But I tell you, if you have not played a Yakuza game, wow, you're in a hell of a world because I've seen Terrell play Yakuza 0 complete, and now I'm playing through Kiwami, which is a remake of 1, and I'll tell you that it's just the cinematics alone is worth playing the game.
Nice.
And also beating the crap out of freaking Yakuza.
We beat the shit out of teenagers on the street. Fuck them.
Listen,
Because
meaningful, nice, man.
because of that's in Yakuza 0. Yakuza 1, Yakuza Kiwami or 1, they do it based off of experience points, but also the ragdoll physics. The ragdoll physics in those games.
You ever want to
like
see a man eat his own asshole? Play Yakuza.
Wait, what?
You heard
Yeah,
what he said. He ain't
you
gonna
heard what
repeat.
the man said.
All right.
But yeah, really fun times for that, and that's at 4 p.m. Eastern on Saturday.
Alrighty, Tyrone. What about you, buddy?
Wednesday we're continuing Five Nights at Freddy's. The fifth night's hard as shit, so we're probably gonna do that. And then we're gonna play around with the sixth night. We won't beat that one, but we're gonna play with it just to see how hard it is. And then on Thursday, I'm thinking we're gonna do some Smash Brothers practice, so we'll be playing around with that. And then that'll be it, yeah. Until we do Persona again on Sunday.
Neat. All right. And once again, to our buddy Polly over here, you can go and follow her over at Polly's World on Twitter. So if you want to go and see any tweets from her, that's the best spot to go for. And with that chat, we are going to wrap ourselves up. Terrell, though, I think with Terrell's here, we, of course, got that. Terrell, is there anything else would you like to share?
Kevin forgot.
No, don't worry, I didn't.
Hey, it's all right. It's okay.
I did not forget. I just simply passed the fuck out.
That means you forgot.
Micro sleep.
He blacked out from it. Listen, everybody, listen.
To
On
be
Wednesday,
fair, Terrell, you never tend to be on these, so oftentimes I forget for that part.
hey, listen, it's not. I'm not even really offended. I just like to do that to instigate.
I know, but I feel offended now.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, on Wednesday we continue to fight demons and shit on Devil May Cry Part 3 Special Edition for the Switch, where I get the Switch styles on the go and fight bitches that turn into guitars. I don't know why that's a thing, but I'm rocking out. I'm rocking out, and I don't know what key a guitar is in. Tia says, "Give me a random key you can play a guitar in."
E, you play guitar.
All right. We're gonna play in the key E on Tuesday. All right, you look forward to it. And
Wednesday.
Shh, listen, I'm tired.
It's 1 a.m. and I had no idea what you said, but I think I heard something about beating women with an E car, whatever the fuck you said.
You don't even play guitar in keys. You played in chords.
And on Saturday
because you still make music Saturday.
And listen, and on Saturday we're gonna help free the Rogress and Arcras Fantasia. We found out our main character's girl's dad is a damn giant summoning god who's not happy about the pollution of the land, but that's besides the point. Also, going and also good night, everybody. We're going to bed.
Yes, we are. Tell us the famous words.
Wash your fucking hands.
Hurry, the dirty.
No, wait. Samurai, what the fuck did you do putting that finger on
and
you?
Close the stream. Close the stream, Kevin.
Okay, I'm going to sleep now.
He's gonna smack his head on the keyboard.
Damn, everybody.
God damn.
Good night, everyone. We'll speak with you tomorrow here on channel. Not the same time, but at a later time.
We mean the same time.
I say not at the same time.
Because you said her daughter, her dad's daughter. So I was like, Doug Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome.
You
know, my favorite thing about Doug Dimmadome was that Doug Dimmadome, what is it called? The Donkey Mur, whatever it is, that bed pillow, body pillow.
Did you not close the stream yet?
I didn't. But I wanted to bring that up before.
Kevin, we have
pillow.
Yeah,
listen, we have ADHD. Close the fucking stream.
ADHD.
Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome done.
Owner. I love